in the mix. Sports mix. Yeah. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny. News and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
Oh, what up, y'all? Sports Mix, Big Kenny in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Dean, you know what's up, brother?
Yes, sir. We here.
Yeah, we here.
Yeah, we here. But
We ain't signed yet.
everybody ain't here though.
Yeah, we still here.
We still here.
Now, I am on the market. I'm available to get some of that money they're giving. No.
And I've heard that the New York area is throwing some heavy money around to get the sports mix to move to New York.
Oh my goodness.
So, enjoy us while we're here. You never know. If the money right.
Yeah. It's some easy decisions to make.
a lot of records being broken during this free agent period.
Yes, indeed.
Woo!
It started off with a bang.
Yes, it did.
The guy say when they shoot for three from way downtown, bang! Boy, they came out firing.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
This I guess a couple of days after we shot last week, Ravens made a big splash. Traded for defensive end. We needed a pass rusher, premier pass rusher at that. Max Crosby, Max is in the building.
Yes, he is.
He's
yes. At a cost.
At a cost.
Cost now.
At a cost. It definitely came at a cost.
Yes, it did.
But it was what we needed. Part of what we needed.
Yeah, a big part.
A big part.
The pass rush was non-existent last year.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, it was non-existent.
That's
so
facts.
We needed some pressure to be put on the quarterback, and that's one of the reasons why the Ravens was having such a difficult time holding on to fourth quarter leads.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure at all on the quarterback. So we started off, we made a trade, but then free agency started. Before I was seeing what was happening, I was just kind of looking up and down my timeline, and there was a lot of people, boy, they was unhappy.
And we just want to clarify.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to clarify that they call it free agency, but ain't shit free about it. I just want to make that clear.
Nothing. Nothing. Man. With a bang. Started with a bang. And we just talking about here in town. Here in town. Now, back at the end of the season, when they re-signed Mark Andrews, I said it right here on the show. The writing was on the wall for Likely.
Yeah.
Because Likely, number one, I thought it was, I would have signed the younger guy. If I was doing a bigger deal, I would have signed the younger guy to the deal. So I personally would have signed Likely and tried to work out something with Andrews on the back end.
Yeah.
The Ravens chose to extend Andrews back in, I guess that was December. They extended Andrews, and I think they extended him like 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, right at that moment, it signaled to me that Likely was in trouble.
Absolutely.
Likely was in trouble. Now, there was a chance they could have worked out a deal with him in free agency. But like you just said, free agency is not free.
It's not free.
You know, and that's one of the things that players are able to work towards. You know, they work towards free agency, towards getting that contract, toward getting that big money. You know, and let me see. Like, I got it right here. Likely moved on up to the New York Giants with John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
3 years, $40 million, up to 47.5. If you know, if he meet, I guess, bonuses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Were the Ravens gonna kick out that kind of money for Likely?
No. Well, they I don't know, but he's making more than what Mark Andrews is making.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews signed for 3 years for $39 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's higher paid right now than Mark Andrews.
Yeah. Charlie Kolar is gone. So, you know, those were the 3 top tight ends. You know, they say Kolar is more of a blocking tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, he caught a few passes.
He can catch. Matter of fact, when they drafted him, he was known for his catching more so than his blocking when he was drafted. But just in the role that he played with the Ravens, he really improved with his blocking. So they look at him as a blocking tight end. But the guy can catch, man. He just didn't have that many opportunities. And with us knowing that Likely was going to leave.
Wait a minute. We got some breaking news.
Let me be quiet. Go ahead.
So the Crosby trade has been called off.
What?
The Raiders announced. Wait a minute. Let me get it right. The Raiders announced that the Ravens have backed out of the trade agreement for Max Crosby. Trades are not official until the new league year begins.
Oh, snap.
There is trouble in paradise.
What?
Trouble in paradise.
So
the Ravens backed out.
What?
So the trade couldn't become official until the new league year started, which was yesterday, I believe.
Yesterday.
And the Ravens have backed out of the deal. Thanks to my guy, Rod Braxton. DJ Rod Braxton, what's up, homie? Sent me that and also Glennie Moore sent it to me as well, the Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Sent me that. Yep. So the Ravens have backed out of that deal. So it's going to be real crazy now.
Oh man, that's some crazy. That's crazy. Can they afford Linderbaum now?
Well, Linderbaum, I'm assuming he signed, sealed, and delivered.
I mean, he signed for $27 million a year.
3 years, $81 million. NFL record for a center.
Max Crosby was making $30 million a year.
Well, this is the Raiders we're talking about.
Man, this is unreal.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, man. So the Crosby deal is off.
What?
Eric DeCosta. Oh, boy, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Because you, Rod, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, you and Glennie Moore were sending it to me at the same time.
Wow.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for the heads up on that Crosby deal, man. Goodness gracious. So that changes everything.
Wow.
That changes everything. So now I want to know, you pull out of the deal because they was giving up draft picks in that deal, right? No players went.
2 first rounds.
2 first round picks. So is the thinking now? Well, it was a pick this year and a pick next year.
Yeah, first round. Yeah.
So is the thinking now that they lost Linderbaum, Likely, Kolar. Goodness gracious. They lost the punter, Jordan Stout.
Yeah.
Alohi Gilman signed with the Kansas City.
Yeah.
Draymond Jones, who came over in the trade, he went to New England.
Yeah.
Darius Washington went to the Giants. Jake Hummel went to Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Houston Texans, excuse me.
Right.
But damn, the Krug. I'm all confused now. My whole show blown now.
Did you mention Patrick?
Ricard is with the Giants.
Yeah, and apparently, man, they have not offered a contract to Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, so
I saw that too.
So he's going to be going somewhere else because apparently the Ravens ain't interested, at least at this point.
Yeah. Now I like Keaton Mitchell. I like Keaton Mitchell, but the injuries.
Yeah.
The injuries with him. So yeah, I apologize. I got some people on the comments. Money Mike, 36ZSS or 36Zs, I guess. They let me know that the Ravens backed out.
Wow.
The Crosby deal. Probably right as I was saying that they traded him. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. This is Brian Farmer. What's up, homeboy? Yo, this is crazy. This is craziness, man. But listen.
Wow.
You know, we've been talking about Eric DeCosta since October, November.
Yeah.
Like his seat is hot.
It is hot. His
seat is hot with respect to us. I don't know how everybody else feel about him.
I don't know what Biscotti think about him, but he hot with us.
His seat is scorching hot with us.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right, let me see. Alvin Kamara could come to Baltimore. He with the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Running back. Because the Saints just signed they just signed a running back from Cincinnati. They just signed Cincinnati. It's a lot of movement. It's been a lot of movement today.
A lot going on.
It's been a lot of movement today. But I'm interested now. I'm real interested now to see. Lionel, what's up? What's up, homeboy? Hey, I need everybody that's watching on Facebook. Share this thing out too. Be sure you hit that like button. Share and hit them comments. Appreciate y'all. Share it out for me, please. So yeah, man. I'm interested now because so it says ask because of medical reasons.
What's that? That's why they backed out?
Yeah, Brian Farmer said his deal
was
because of medical reasons.
Yeah. And you know I had I heard he had some surgery and they held him out of the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to play. They said that he's had some kind of surgery over the last 3 years. So I have to be honest, man. I thought that 2 number ones was I know you got paid for a guy like that.
Yeah.
But man, 2 number ones, man, was that's a hefty price to pay, especially with the Ravens picking at 14 this year. And, you know, we haven't been that high in such a long time since number 14, Kyle Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at a Kyle Hamilton and I look at Max Crosby and 2 first-round picks is heavy. It's not something that it's nothing that the Ravens have ever done before.
Right.
As far as trading 1 pick, they just haven't in their 31-year history. They have never traded a number 1 draft pick, and so I don't really know how to feel about that trade. I wanted him on the team based on his talent and know that he's elite.
Mm-hmm.
The ones, man, hit me kind of funny, but I was ready to roll and was excited because I know that the Ravens pass rush was basically non-existent and it basically led to us not being able to hold leads. So I'm interested. Well, there's some injuries thing there. So now what? Now what we do?
Yep. So Brian said we got a total of 10 draft picks now. Eric DeCosta is on the clock.
Back to that again, huh?
He on the clock, man.
Yeah,
but he still got to make some moves in free agency too.
he has to.
You know, he have to do something in free agency. I know we know they're not going to break the bank. They still got to restructure Lamar.
Right.
And they said, if you Lamar, what's your thought process? They let my center go. They let two of my tight ends go. You know what I'm saying? One of my running backs. What's the status with Hill? I know he was injured. Like, what's his?
Yeah, supposedly he's coming back, and they basically chosen Hill over
Keith Mitchell.
Yeah.
So we know the offensive line is in shambles.
Yeah, they did bring John Simpson back.
Yeah. That moved the needle.
So he's definitely better than the ones we had.
Yeah.
Voorhees and fillet of fish.
Good God Almighty, fillet.
So
fillet might break the bank. The way they paying people, man, he might around get paid big.
I know. He probably wound up in New York too with Harbaugh. That's my guess.
Like the Ravens North.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, you know.
Hey Brian, I hope they know something we don't.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna read this.
And the thing is,
I ain't gonna read this one, but I'm gonna put it up.
Yeah, well, like Mitchell. And
I like Mitchell too, man.
The thing with this Crosby deal, I mean, you go out and you make the trade, and you think that this guy's coming in, and now you back out for medical reasons, but all of your moves that you were making was based on that you thinking you had Max Crosby. So would you have kept Draymond Jones?
Yeah.
I mean, would you have held on to that guy? Would you? I mean, I don't know. Now, do you go after Trey Hendrickson? Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He's out there. You know, you can go for him and he's not I'm not sure if he's a free agent or not. It's not a trade with him. He's a free agent.
Yeah, he's free agent, yeah.
You just, you know, get him in and get a contract with him, and you still keep your number one picks.
Yeah, we know Cincinnati they don't pay a lot of money.
Right.
And they got a lot of money dedicated to the offense. You know, with the quarterback and them two wide receivers. So
absolutely.
I don't know how willing they're going to be to pay Trey Hendrickson. Sorry about that. Hey, Brian, I hope we're not in rebuild.
And come. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if we rebuild, we might as well go ahead and trade Lamar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's a rebuild, you might as well go ahead and go all the way with it. Trade Lamar, Derrick Henry, all of them. Get them all up out of here.
Yeah, we can't rebuild. And you know, and certain things, DeCosta, you know, I've been on his ass for the past 3-4 years or so, man.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I've been on him. I haven't been all that great with his draft picks. You know, even with Linderbaum. Now, apparently, they're saying that the Ravens might have offered him $22 million a year, something like that. But as you can see, he got $27 million from the Raiders. Now, one thing that I did not like is the fact that DeCosta makes an announcement that we have offered Linderbaum a record-setting offer. And he put that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
Yeah.
Why you have to make that announcement and put it there? I didn't understand. I didn't understand making that announcement like that. And you know, so then that sort of backfired in his face, and people offered more money. Then I didn't like the signing or the extending of Mark Andrews' contract when he did it.
I said that when they did it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
What was the purpose of signing him up so fast?
Yeah.
When Likely, who was dealing with a foot injury all season, was never really in the rhythm of himself. But if you look at that Pittsburgh, and to me, Luke missed the field goal, but the catch was made by Likely.
Yes.
And it was an exceptional catch by a 25-year-old who, when he gets on that field, the opposing defensive coordinator is shaking in his boots when he think about Lamar Jackson with Likely out there as a receiver. I think Likely make number 7 better. What's his name?
Bateman.
It makes Bateman better. You know, he makes Al Guy better. You know, yeah. So I mean, Likely is a scary matchup for defensive coordinators. So I would have gone with the younger guy with Likely, and I just didn't think making that move with Andrews at that time. Why do that in December?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Knowing the free agents that you had, you already know who's going to be on the market when the season comes up. You know this. You know your tight ends are going to be on the market.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And again, we know what Andrews has meant to the Ravens. We know what he meant to him and Lamar, their connection. But we also know Andrews been slowing down. You know, he hasn't been, because I mean, I guess Lamar don't have to depend on him as much as he had early on. You know, he's spreading the ball around a little bit more. But Andrews, to me, I would have waited until this time of year, you know, and see what the market is.
Yeah.
See what the market is for Mark Andrews. Somebody would have paid him. Well, somebody probably would have paid him better than what he got.
Yeah, probably.
To snatch him away. But if it's me, I'm always looking to stay young. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that I always said about Bill Belichick when he's with the Patriots, is they never held on to guys too long. When they was in their heyday, they was letting guys go to everybody else in their prime. You know what I'm saying? But to them, they like, listen, yeah, you might be in your prime and you still got some years. We're going to go ahead and let you go because we got another guy that can play the role or at least fill the shoes, or maybe 2 guys that can fill the shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's cheaper. And then we can spend that money elsewhere. And the one thing the Patriots always did was they always took care of Tom Brady. And I'm talking about with the people that was in front of him.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So his line always made sure his uniform stayed clean pretty much. You know, that he had time back there to kind of do what he wanted back there. We know offensively the biggest hole we had was the line. We knew, wait a minute, Landon. Kolar got a couple of hours too.
Yeah.
Let me see.
He got 3 year, $24 million.
So he didn't get Andrews money.
Mm-mm.
He was cheaper than Andrews.
$17 million guaranteed.
Yeah, he didn't get Andrews money. And he went to the other Harbaugh.
Yeah, you know.
You know, they like Ravens.
Right.
You know, Jim Harbaugh like Ravens. He always, you know, or John always liked players that play for Jim.
Yeah, they were flip-flopping back and forth players.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, my whole flow is off kilter now.
That's some big news, man.
That was huge news there. I was, goodness gracious.
Right.
So the Crosby deal was off. So it's like, now what?
Right.
You know, now what? And you know what this smells like? You know what the big criticism in Baltimore was always? This is the Oriole type move. This is a Peter Angelos type of move. Remember Peter Angelos would sign somebody, or they had somebody, then he failed the physical. So they're not gonna bring him in now. You know, back when the Orioles were horrible. You know what I'm saying? And that was always the case. And then people were like, man, how can this dude not? and more times than not, the Orioles were right on those people that they say failed physicals and things like that. But the moves, the news of the moves always stung a little bit more than the actual news.
Yeah.
Because you want some good news. The Ravens, think about when the news broke last week that Max Crosby was coming. I mean, people was excited. I think I've seen people start. They probably putting orders in for the 98 jersey.
Yeah,
they were ordering the jerseys and all that. Lamar made a tweet. So it was some excitement.
Yeah,
it was some excitement in town. They talking about Crosby said himself, Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
So it was some excitement about that move just a week ago. Just a week, little less than a week ago. And here we are. The deal is off. We losing. Linderbaum is a huge loss. Likely is a big loss, but Linderbaum is a huge loss because he was clearly our best offensive lineman. And I don't begrudge that young fella not one bit for going to get that money.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, if somebody gonna pay me 3 years at $81 million, yeah, I can always come back to visit Baltimore.
Yeah,
I can always come back and visit the harbor and the Science Center and get a crab cake or some crabs. I can always visit and do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that $81 million.
Yeah, Jimmy's going nowhere. They can come back.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll welcome him.
Absolutely.
Him and his $81 million.
That's right.
Yeah, come on in because you got to pay now.
Paying now, bro.
Yeah, you got to pay now. Now you with the enemy. We gonna have your section and everything set up, but you gonna definitely have a check when you leave here. But yeah, so Linderbaum, and again, they haven't restructured Lamar Jackson yet.
Right.
Which has to happen in order for them to make some moves in free agency. Now, again, it's quiet on the Lamar front. I like that it's quiet. I don't like to hear a bunch of noise, a bunch of lies, and because that's all it is at this point. People making up stuff, which they always do with Lamar.
Sure.
They always make it up. His contract now is like 70 something million a year. We know he's not gonna get that. We know he gonna restructure the deal. He has to restructure the deal.
Sure.
But like I said back in December, if I'm Lamar, I'm watching, and in our meetings about restructuring this deal, I need to know what the plan is. What is the plan? We got a new coach, we got new coordinators, so I need what is the offense going to look like at this point? You know what I'm saying? So we got rid of we're not getting rid of as a free agent, the fullback is gone. He was a big part of the offense, the blocking, especially with the weakness in the offensive line. He was a big player. He was a big part of the offense.
Better believe it.
So now he's gone. So again, I wonder what Lamar Jackson's mindset is. I wonder what his thought process is with all of this, especially with the Crosby deal getting nixed at this point.
I mean, it has to affect everything and everybody. And this whole deal comes at a critical period when there's so much happening with the free agency.
Yeah.
Pull this guy in and you got him there, and now he's going back. They say he failed a physical, is what I'm reading.
Yeah.
And so it's tough because of the timing of it. And now you're looking at guys who've gone. Like I say, I would have liked to keep Draymond. I mean, who knows? Maybe they, without a Max Crosby and his contract, maybe they bump up and fight a little bit more for Linderbaum. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but just the fact that you make a commitment to this guy and you bring in his $30 million contract, so obviously that's going to have a huge impact on who you go after. And now he goes back. So people been getting signed, going here, going there. Even Oway gets what, $100 million contract? He gets $100 million was a 4-year, $100 million contract.
Right.
So
right.
You know,
see, I was holding that because he wasn't a Raven free agent.
Right.
I was gonna hold that one.
And where did he go? See, I can't
remember. But when I saw the number, man, I was floored.
He went to the Commanders.
$100 million for Odafe Oweh.
Oweh.
Who for the couple years he was here, everybody, he was a bust. That's what the scuttlebutt said.
Yeah.
That ain't me talking.
Yeah.
That ain't me talking.
Yeah. He did not hold up a first round draft pick status. I tell you that.
And he went to the Chargers in half a season.
And got busy.
And got $100 million.
Yes. Yes.
Damn.
And it makes me wonder, when I saw the Max Crosby deal, it made me wonder, because we got Minter, and Minter always did his damage under Minter and the Chargers. So it made me wonder, what did he think about Oweh, and maybe bringing Oweh back to Baltimore? Maybe his coaching, his defensive coordinator, he was the defensive coordinator, maybe his ability to be able to reach him, to scheme better for him, help advance Oweh's play. So I wondered if they was going to be looking at Oweh to come here, but they go out and they get Crosby. So, so I think Minter absolutely have to have had a major impact on this whole free agency. Alohi Gilman, he's gone, so they didn't really go after him that strong, it appears. So he's gone, and he's been with Minter over there in San Diego, so they let him go. So it's interesting to see these players leaving the Ravens like they are. I mean, 7 guys gone. So a lot of people are, shaking, but the fact that Crosby was coming had everybody hyped. But now he ain't coming.
Yeah. Hey, Land, he went to the Giants. He up there with Harbaugh. Harbaugh said, "I'm gonna take some groceries with me."
Yeah.
As I'm moving out, I'm clearing my lockout. I'm gonna take a few of these items with me.
Yeah.
Up here to New York. And the sports mix, like Coach Dean said, I call you Coach Dean.
Mm-hmm.
We on the market too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if anybody up there in New York want to, make some offers,
sure,
it won't be a hard sell.
We'll listen. We will be listening.
Yeah. And more than likely signing. We can get some of that money like these boys getting.
Them dollar signs, man, are out there.
And New York is a 3-hour ride up the road?
It ain't. Yes, yeah. We'd make it in 2 hours.
Yeah. So there's that. There's that. A little more traffic. A little more hectic up there, but for the right price,
New York,
I can make it work.
Yeah,
I can make it work, man.
Jordan Stout is the highest paid punter in the league. Up there with the Giants. Linderbaum, of course, he's the highest paid, not only center but interior lineman. He's making more money than any of the guards in the league.
Now, is that in history of the league or just for this year?
Yeah, I think
for the history.
Yeah, I think it's history. He's the highest paid center was Creed Humphrey for Kansas City, and he's making $18 million a year. And Linderbaum making $27 million a year now.
Damn.
So he destroyed
Well, I can just say this. There's a lot of teams going to be pissed off with the Raiders the same way they was pissed off with Cleveland Browns when they signed Deshaun Watson to all that money and it was all guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They great start treating centers like trash.
Yeah, man. There's some centers out there licking their chops, man. Licking their
man. What it would take for me to get in shape to hike the ball
right
a few times? I mean, I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I got a little wisdom on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just shaved that off.
A little shot, man. Give it a shot, man.
Yeah. God damn, for all that kind of money.
Yeah, it's worth it.
For half of what he get.
Right.
You know.
Tell them, nigga. I mean, I give you guys a bargain. You don't have to pay $27 million.
Right.
I'll take half.
Half of that. Landon said for 3.5 hour ride, for those minutes he can make it in 3. You right.
That's right.
You right.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing gonna stop us from getting up and down the parkway. I mean, the turnpike.
Yeah, we can do that.
We tear 95 up.
Right. For that kind of money, we well, I don't know about catching helicopters, man, because
we leave that alone.
We gonna, things be falling out the sky too often.
Yeah. You right. Especially, yeah, we too close to DC too.
Yeah.
All this foolishness going on.
Everything, all this madness. Yeah, we gotta be careful.
Damn.
Gotta be
careful. My whole show's blowing now.
Yeah. I mean, it's news fresh off the who was that? That was Glenny and who else came in with that news?
Rod Braxton.
And Rod Braxton came in with that news.
Rod Braxton, yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, because I seen, it's funny, as we was talking about it, I seen Glenny text me, so I was trying not to, pay too much attention to the phone.
Yeah.
And then Rod hit me right after that. I said, wait a minute. What's really going on here? So yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Even making all that money, you probably would still go to Turner's and distort players. Yeah, and here we go.
Yep.
And here we go. Hey, if y'all watching on Facebook, man, hit that share button. Hit that share button. Hit that like button. Send it out to your friends. Tell all your friends come over here. We talking about the Ravens, man. We talking about all this breaking news. This is crazy. This is craziness.
Wow.
This is great. Eric DeCosta, if you watch it, man, call me. I need to get you on here right now. I need you to explain. I need you to explain some stuff.
Wow.
And we got a hot seat over here for you. Your seat been hot over here.
The Raiders put the message out. The Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement for Max Crosby. With further comments at this time. They pissed. They are pissed. They was already sizing up that number 14 pick.
I bet they was.
They probably already had their mind on that. And the thing is once we made the trade, I went online to listen to some of the Raiders fans and podcasts and things like that, and I was looking at the messages, and I would say 70 to 80, probably maybe like 80 to 85% of the messages were glad that they made that deal with him, and they said that they felt like they got the better of the deal. They felt like this guy had something about he has had surgery the last 3 off seasons. This latest surgery was in January.
Wow.
So apparently he failed the physical. So I was really leery of the deal. With the guy. I mean, he's 28, so he's still relatively young and in his prime. But injuries, man. If you're coming off of injuries, I worry about giving up 2 first-round draft picks to somebody who has been going through some injuries. I don't really know how I feel. I was a little shaky about giving up the 2 first-round picks, but I also know how desperate the Ravens are for pass rushing. So now, where are we going to get that from now? And I was in my mind, I'm just thinking, man, you got Crosby, and maybe you get Madubuike back. And if you add those two guys on the line,
leave that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that.
now they got some issues, man.
That was last week's show, man. We off of that.
This guy,
hey, stop talking about old stuff. Oh man, yeah, DeCosta need to be watching. He need to be listening. He need to be tuned in.
man,
But matter of fact, he need to come on. I can send him a link. We need to know what's going on over there at the castle.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
So now what? We need a pass rush. So the Ravens go after Trey Hendrickson.
Oh man, or is there another trade that could be made?
Or is there another trade that can be made?
Is there another trade that could be made?
Yeah. I mean, if they're willing to throw out number 1 picks, a lot of people will be thrilled to get that number 14 pick.
I would call Cleveland.
Yeah. See if they willing to trade the beast they got over there.
See if they willing to trade. They may have to throw in another number 1 pick to get him.
Well, they definitely gonna have to be at least 2 number 1 picks with they trade. And they might be asking for a player too. I don't know.
Yeah. But damn. Yeah, this is definitely breaking news, man. This is definitely throwing me for a loop. You know.
Wow.
This is throwing me for a loop here. I am was not prepared for that news. I was not prepared for that.
Wow.
You know, and I mean the man just had surgery in January on the meniscus.
Wow.
So I mean, is it likely that he would pass a physical at this point? This is just March.
Yeah.
And what does a physical entail? Like, you know,
right.
What's his prognosis? What is the time return from injury?
Well, I would imagine if you just drop 2 first-round draft picks, something that you've never done in your 31-year history, and you're taking on a player of the magnitude of a Max Crosby, where you're gonna be kicking out $30 million a year. When it comes time for a physical, I'm sure, man, man, I mean, the doctor probably putting the glove on, you know, spanking his ass, telling him, lay down. Let's see what's going on. I mean, they probably took him, you know, they probably done everything to this guy, you know, and now they sent him back over there to LA, you know, saying, that's okay. He failed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Send them back to Vegas. Make sure you get that right.
Gotta get that right.
You don't want to have the LA people pissed off at you.
Want them pissed off.
They were there at one time.
I can imagine how Tom Brady feeling right now.
Oh man.
I know Tom.
Now, right. So is he part owner of the team?
He part owner.
And what's his other role though? Is he like, because he is he like president or something? But he on the Fox game, so that, you know.
Yeah.
I was a little confused. I know he had some ownership in the team. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I heard that they have been reaching out to him, particularly with the quarterback position, and our guy that they traded over to the Jets. Did they trade him back to the Jets?
Yeah, quarterback Geno
Stone.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah.
Wow.
That's some big news, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time right in the middle of the show, at the start of the show, that we had some breaking news that kind of altered the course of things that I wanted to talk about.
They're saying that his contract is gonna count for a $35.8 million salary cap hit for the Raiders. So they was moving that out. That all that stuff, that $30 million contract was coming to the Raiders, and now the Raiders have gone and made other moves based on the thought that Crosby was going to be in purple this year.
Yeah. Now,
so this is some heavy stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Can Linderbaum contract? Would Linderbaum have gotten a 3-year, $81 million contract with Max Crosby still on the team? Maybe not.
And is that deal still official? Is it official yet?
True.
Well, this one's for you. I'm gonna let you read this one. I'm gonna let you read that one.
That's right.
I'm gonna let you take that one.
Juices. That's what Eddie had, right?
Yeah. Coming to America.
To America.
Yeah. Get the juices and berries.
Juices and berries.
Hey, nothing but ultra-perm.
Organic juices and berries. Man. Just get the organic part.
Hey, make sure y'all sharing that page, sharing that video out on Facebook. Hit that share button.
Wow.
Like, share, subscribe, all that.
Wow.
Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. This is crazy, man. The Ravens, I mean, it's breaking news, man. It's breaking news. The Ravens then backed out the deal. You know, the Crosby deal, man. I mean, we was excited. I know I was.
This is crazy.
Damn. Well, you know, again, Eric DeCosta, you're gonna have to earn that money now. You had to earn that money. This is why you in the seat. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we went over. Well, let me not say we. Dean broke down some of his draft picks over the last couple of years. Very, very intense.
Yeah.
And very detailed.
Yeah.
And some of the pluses and a lot of minuses in those draft picks. You know? And so he leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. You know, because we were told for years that he was the genius.
Yeah.
You know, he was the next coming. You know, he trained under Ozzie. It's not easy. It's not easy to replace Ozzie Newsome. You know what I'm saying? For the job that he did as GM, you know, for the time that he was the general manager. And of course, you only as good as your team.
Yeah.
You know, you only as good as your scouts, you know, your player personnel people, your college scouting people. You're only good as the people you have around you. But when you sit in the seat, all of those decisions that are made fall in your lap. You know, and for a guy like Eric DeCosta, again, who we were told prior to him getting the job, you know, as a matter of fact, it was like, we got to do something with him now before he goes somewhere else. That was kind of the kind of the pushing Ozzie out. You know, we're going to give Ozzie a cushy front office job and pay him pretty well to do that so that Eric can sit in this seat and become the next general manager of the Baltimore Ravens, because we've been grooming him to do that.
Yeah.
So he's been in the seat now pretty much since 2009, full time.
Yes. Since
2009, he's been 2008, 2009. He's been the guy. And while we've been to the playoffs a few times, 2018. I'm sorry, not 2008, 2018,
right,
when they drafted Lamar Jackson.
That was Ozzie's last go round.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson. That draft was Ozzie Newsome's last draft.
Right.
So he went out after that draft, and Eric DeCosta has taken over since. So again, we've made some playoff runs. We got to the AFC Championship game one time. under DeCosta. But we see the decline in offensive line over the last few years. Again, free agency happens every year, so we lose players every year. I don't really get too high or low when we lose players because it's just part of the game. You can't pay everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you have to strategize where you're going to spend the money at, on who are you going to spend the money on.
Yeah.
And then you build around that. So we know Hamilton is a guy that's hopefully not going anywhere.
Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
Lamar is a guy that we hope isn't going anywhere. Those are the two cornerstones on each side of the ball. We took a big loss last year with Justin Tucker. So they bring in the rookie, and then we see really how valuable Justin Tucker was in real time. In real time, we see how valuable Justin Tucker was. And this is something that, I said it in the preseason. Luke missed some field goals in the preseason.
Right.
And I said, it's not a good look. Even though he would come back and make the next one. He would miss one, but he would always follow up and make the next.
Yeah.
But I just kept saying, man, in my mind, at some point it's gonna come back to bite us. He's missing. He missed a few extra points during the season, and he missed some field goals. And of course, he missed the ultimate field goal at the end of the season for the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
So and he's gonna be here. He's gonna be here. So we hoping that he can rebound from what was I guess overall he had a decent season as a rookie.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it wasn't horrible, but it's just goodness gracious, Landon, is it that bad? Damn. He said, right now we looking like the third best team in college football. Damn. We be in the BCS championship next year? Damn. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. But, Luke, and now we had our punter was highly regarded. He's gone. He took a free agent deal. Again, man, this is part of the game. This is part of the game. So, and that's why when they re-signed Andrews at the time that they did it, I didn't understand that move. I didn't understand why you do that at that time. When you got to restructure Lamar, you have to do that. You got to do that to make room for everybody else.
Yeah.
That would have been I'd have been trying to do that in November, December. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been trying to get that done. So that we coming into free agency, we know, all right, we got this room, we got this under the cap, after we restructure Lamar. Again, I'm not in the room, and I don't know Eric DeCosta, but again, from my perspective, and this is me talking, and you can take what I say or leave it. He's on the clock, and his seat is hot. You know what I'm saying? I like to be in the room right now with Steve Bisciotti. I just like to be a flower on the wall in the room wherever he's at right now.
Yeah.
With all of the things that happened, you lose the free agents. You kind of knew some of that was going to happen. You knew the free agents were going to go. You knew that. You knew you were going to lose some guys in free agency. But this Crosby trade that's now a null and void. That's huge. That's huge. Losing Likely, losing the fullback. Again, like you said, you said with the new offensive coordinator, it could be that the fullback is not going to play into his offense. He may not have a role in the offense anymore. So losing him may not be as big as we perceive it because we understood what his role was previously.
Yeah.
But his role was also big because of the deficiencies on the offensive line.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? He was a big help in getting some extra blocking because of the weakness of the offensive line. You know, so you said we brought back who on the offensive line?
John Simpson.
Simpson. Then where was he at last year?
He was with the Jets.
So he went to the Jets.
Yeah, he
Okay.
went to the Jets. And he was one of the three that left in that one off season. John Simpson, Zeitler, and the boy
Morgan Moses, wasn't it?
Morgan Moses up in New England. Those
He was
three
up
left
in
in the same off season. So, here we are now still trying to fix that offensive line, and they bringing Simpson back.
Yeah. Harbaugh left us like a disgruntled wife after a divorce. Yeah. And took her stuff with him.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He was the second best blocker on the team. I mean, yeah, after the center.
Right.
At the Lindenberg, man, I mean, yeah. It just when you get news like this and you get it kind of back to back like this, again, free agency happens every year. So we go through this every year with free agency, man, where as fans, we love the players. We try to take a liking to certain players that were cornerstones. They worked hard for you. They made plays for you. So you take a liking to the players. So you don't want to see them leave. If everything was equal, you would just keep everybody. But we know that's just not how the sport works. That's not how the business works. You're going to have attrition every year. You never have the same team from year to year. It's always changed on teams every year. No matter how many people, if you have your core guys, and right now I don't even know that the Ravens have a core on offense. You got Lamar, you got Derrick Henry, you got Zay Flowers, Andrews. I guess that's the core of your skill players, but you don't have anything up front.
Yeah.
Up front, you are in bad shape up front. So Eric DeCosta, at this point, man, he has to go hard on getting a center, some tackles. I mean, really, man, it's just a whole restructuring of the offensive line.
Yeah, it's man. Yeah, this news about Max is a big deal. I wonder did Linderbaum sign that deal with them?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
See how that all played out.
It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy stuff right here. With this happening, right. It's a good thing we went on at 8:00.
Yeah, you're right.
Good thing we went on at 8. We able to be in. We had an ESPN moment.
I'm hearing some of the comments is like saying that the Raiders knew the man was messed up. They knew he was messed up.
Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Back to the drawing board. But DeCosta, man, is he is on the hot seat.
Wow.
Now you're gonna have to show us. Now you got to show us. You got to show us what you're made of. What's your negotiating power? What how savvy are you with working this draft? Because they're gonna have to hit it from all angles at this point.
Yeah.
Trade, free agency, and their draft. So the time is now. The time is now, and the draft is about a month away, right?
Yeah.
They had the combine about 2 weeks ago.
It's in April.
So the draft. This is March. This is March 10th. So the draft is about a month away. About a month away from now, you'll have the draft. Now that they have their number 1 pick back. They have their 14th pick back. Unless they find another deal. Unless they find another deal to make the move, man. But
comment. This one guy say he had surgery 2 months ago. It's a Raider guy.
mm-hmm.
Surgery 2 months ago, and you think he's 100%? Fuck off, Baltimore.
Yeah. Well, that's what I just asked. You know,
Right.
That's the question I just asked. Like, how healthy is he supposed to be? He just had surgery in January.
Right.
So who can pass a physical when you just had surgery not even 2 months ago?
Right.
And I'm sure they knew he had surgery in January. You don't make a move like that without knowing that. And this is Max Crosby we talking about. This is not just like a fourth string guy, that unassuming guy. This is Max Crosby. He's one of the premier players in the league.
Right.
Everybody knew he had surgery. You know, it probably was on ESPN. He underwent arthroscopic knee surgery or something. You know how they do. You know how they do it. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy.
He said I say a comment was that the NFL doctors conduct the physicals, not the team's doctors.
Is that right?
So I'm just looking at some of the comments coming down from one of the Raiders pages, and obviously they're not happy about this trade coming back. And
yeah, well,
wow.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not happy. I'm sure they're not happy. But it's crazy over here too.
Yeah, it is, man. Yeah.
Because see, Baltimore got a double whammy. I mean, we looking at what we lost in free agency.
Right.
You know,
we take with his injury for one of our first round picks.
Yeah. Maybe they'll redo the deal if we get one of them number ones back.
Yeah, maybe they redo that deal. You know.
Yeah, because again, man, with he didn't have a career-ending injury.
No.
So he was going to recover from the injury.
He's going to recover. Yeah.
He's going to recover from the injury, man. But
right.
this is crazy, man. You know, just to have this happen at the start of free agency. You know, at the start of free agency, this is the move. This is what happens. So, again, man, fans are emotional. Fans are emotional, man. Fans just, the world is coming to an end.
You better believe it, man. Wow.
World was coming to an end here.
Yeah, well, that's some heavy news, man, there. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's about all you can say is wow.
They were already talking about Travis Jones, you giving up that number 98. Max coming.
Yeah. Well, you can hold on to it for a little while longer.
And and I was reading where they were looking at when you're talking about replacing one of the best centers in the league. His backup was the guy Corey Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
I think he come up out of the University of Maryland, and I know he had some pretty good preseason games. Obviously, he's not on that caliber. But I'm wondering now, do the Ravens go out and try to get a center? I know Green Bay center was just released. Their starting center over the last year. They let him go. I think they signed a new center in free agency. So I don't know how the Ravens are going to deal with that.
Yeah.
Do they trust Bullock enough to have him start? Or do they, go out and try to get another center?
Wow.
Big news.
Big news.
To replace.
Well, and this is why the NFL is the king. This is why NFL is king. This is March.
Yeah.
This is March 10th. It's not a game until after Labor Day.
True.
Not a game that matters anyway until after Labor Day. This is March the 10th, and the NFL is breaking news. It's going to lead all the stories tonight. All of the movement, this trade being rescinded or backed out of, however you want to word it. This is huge. This is huge, man.
Wow.
but like I say all the time, man, the NFL have figured out a way to capture the hearts and minds of the country, of the world. You know, and they got people talking football all year round, man. I mean, it's just constant. We talking football. We talking football.
And
Free agency. And now this. First the Fat Boys break up, and now this happened.
Ain't that crazy?
Crazy.
And I mean, you know, if you look at there was so much activity. The Super Bowl MVP when it went over to Kansas City, and just so many moves. You could see how many 7 players with the Ravens left. There's just so many things going on. But the biggest of everything that that happened was Max Crosby.
Yeah,
that was the big deal out of everything that took place by far.
By far,
you know, that was the biggest news, and now this whole deal has been retracted. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's about all you can say. It's a lot of wow.
Wow.
A lot of wow.
Yeah.
And so I guess, man, you got to stay tuned. You know,
yeah.
You know, stay tuned, man, because I'm sure, man, this is going to dominate sports for the next couple of days.
Wow.
You know, NFL free agency, the trades, all that stuff is going to dominate the sports world. You know, this is big stuff, man. So again, man, we Sports Mix, Big Kenny in here, my man Dean, we here.
Yeah.
You know, talking NFL in March. We're talking NFL.
Right.
You know, Ravens in particular.
Right.
You know, Ravens in particular. So we look at the free agents that left. You know, the Ravens. Lindenbaugh was the big fish. You know, Isaiah Likely got up out of here. The punter got out of here. The fullback got out of here. A couple other guys got out of here. You know, moved on to greener pastures, I guess. Bigger paychecks, of course.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably the bigger thing.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, based on what I was with the moves that were made, I was really concerned about Likely. I would have liked to retain Likely. Tight end moving forward. So that was a big loss, you know, from my perspective. And then obviously Kolar leaving after Likely leaving was kind of shocking. I thought that we would definitely cling on to Kolar and keep him on the squad, but I guess they didn't want to pay money. And then I like Draymond Jones. Yeah, he got some dog in him, you know, so I like him. I would like to have kept him, but punter, yeah, Jordan Stout was a Pro Bowl punter this past season, but I don't put a whole bunch of stock into the punter. I'm thinking you can replace a punter, somebody that can kick the ball, the punter. So I'm not too worried about that loss. You know, and honestly, I mean, Keaton Mitchell, I'm not that crazy. I'm not that worried about Keaton Mitchell. I was a little bit disappointed in his ability to catch the ball out the backfield. I thought that would be one of the big things with him. Ball out the backfield. I didn't think he's great of a receiver. Not a good as far as picking up the blitz and things like that. That weak in that regard. And if I had to make a decision on the guy Hill,
Justice Hill,
I will go with Justice Hill, who's who may not have the actual big play capability that a Keaton Mitchell might have, but he's solid and out there. So hopefully he's healthy. I thought he did a real good thing by re-signing Snoop.
Yeah. That was big.
But that was big. I thought that was big. He seems to step right in when Lamar's down, and definitely gives us a chance, you know, to win that game. He ain't Lamar, but he gives us a good shot of winning that game.
You sure?
Well, some people let Lamar go and keep him.
Yeah, they are something to say. You know, he could do the job.
Yeah, he's
at a much lower price.
Right, Jim Traber. You know, remember that, right?
Yeah. Oh, I remember it well.
Jim Traber.
You know, and that actually happened.
Get Eddie out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here. But you know, yeah, that's a name. You know, that's a name that you throw out there to some young folks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we you know, that's like what's the guy? I'm blanking on the name. It was like Willie Pepper something. Anyway, I forgot who took his place.
Took whose place?
I think the guy's name was Willie Pepper something. Somebody. I think I want to say it was what's the guy said? Today I'm the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
The Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, Lou Gehrig. Yeah.
I think Lou Gehrig took his job.
Mm.
And he never got it back.
Yeah.
You know, one of them type of deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this is crazy. This is craziness, man. So maybe the deal will get done and maybe not two number ones. Maybe one number one and then maybe a number 3 or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, maybe they'll revisit it. We'll have to wait and see. You know, you don't want damaged goods when you're paying that kind of money.
Nah.
That's the bottom line. You do not want damaged goods, and you're kicking out $30 million a year. A couple of first round draft picks. You got to be right.
I think I could get to the quarterback. Once.
30 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get you 1 or 2.
Yeah. Well, you times you get 30 mil.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just. That's a lot of money, man.
And you know, and then another thing, man. And you know, we don't know how the negotiations go.
Mm-hmm.
You got a talent like Linderbaum, and you know, 5th year is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times these GMs will lock in a guy and give him an extension, you know, ahead of time, far enough in advance that you don't be getting the free agency thing right in his face, in his ear.
Yeah.
If in this contract well in advance, you know, then you won't have to worry about somebody throwing 27 million or 25 million or 22 million. The top center was making 18 million a year. So if the Ravens could have extended Linderbaum in advance, and you know, maybe they could have matched the highest paid center, something like that. So even looking at it from that perspective, you may be looking at Eric DeCosta, maybe, you know, not being aware of what this guy is actually worth and what other people would actually pay for him. And that's one thing as a GM, you have to be aware of market value for sure.
Yes.
No, yes. So apparently he was not aware of this market value thing. Other people would pay what they are paying. And then for him to come out and say that, you know, we've put a market setting offer to Tyler. We made a market setting offer to Tyler, as if he was confident that offer would be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, I'm wondering, why would you even make a comment like that? Why would you be at a press conference and throw that out there?
Right.
A record offer to Tyler. I mean, come on, man. That's some BS, man. You make an offer to him, you negotiate until you get this dude locked in. You don't be going out there talking about some offer you'd have made out to everybody.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of, you know, one of the things. Again, and this is what we do. Right? Yeah, this is what we do. So, you know, Ozzie Newsome would have never made a statement like that.
No, Ozzie ain't coming out talking that kind of stuff.
You know, and again, I mean, I'm on record. So I ain't saying this because of what's been happening. I'm on record with this. Eric DeCosta has to show me.
Yeah.
I'm from Missouri. I'm from the show me state. You got to show me. You got to show me at this point, man, that you are what they said you was going to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you eloquently broke down his draft record.
Yeah.
Eloquently. You did a fine job with that. And if y'all wasn't watching, you know, we're going to have to dig that one up and clip that up. But you broke it down.
Yeah, he's on the hot seat, man. He is on the hot seat. And I think that Bisciotti kind of pretty much said it when he spoke.
Yeah.
You know, and I you know, when you get those words that Bisciotti used in that press conference, I'm pretty sure it had you know, had our guy EDC shook up a little bit, and so he's feeling the pressure, so he's trying to do some things, and apparently based on day one and based on this Crosby deal falling through, he has a lot to do. EDC got to get busy.
So remember back in September and October, and I kept saying that defensive coordinator Zach Orr needed to sleep at the castle.
Yeah.
And that he should just cancel dinner with the wife and kids and all that. He needs to be at the castle.
Yeah.
Eric DeCosta, you need to get your cot and you need to be at the office. And matter of fact, you shouldn't even be sleeping.
Yeah.
Take a nap here and there.
Yeah.
But you need to be at the castle.
And cancel.
You should not be seen out and about in the public.
Right.
Don't be at Jimmy's eating crab cakes and you know, down at Ruth Chris and all them joints.
Leave the wife alone.
Yeah, leave her alone. You got work to do.
Right.
You are on the clock, buddy.
Yep.
You know, and you got, again, Lamar Jackson need to be restructured. Yeah. This is something we talked about since last summer. So this ain't nothing new. We've known this needed to happen since last year. Right? Lamar Jackson need to be restructured.
Yeah.
You know, you got to replace Lindenbaum now. All-pro center.
Yep.
You got to replace that. You know, you thought you had the deal for Crosby. You know, you was only sending draft picks, so you got the draft picks back. But now what are you going to do about the pass rush?
Yeah.
Because the pass rush was horrible.
It was horrible.
So the pass rush, defensive line, offensive line need work like yesterday. Skill players, I think we're good. You know, skill player wise, we're good. Remember what was the other tight end that caught a couple touchdowns last year? Who none of us knew until he caught the touchdowns.
for the
Ravens. Remember it was a tight end. And I'm gonna have to pull the roster up. But he caught some touchdowns last year. None of us knew who the hell he was because he caught a touchdown. Like, who was that?
Yeah.
Let me pull this roster up here. Let me pull the roster up. But yeah, so I think skill player wise, they okay with skill players. They Flowers, them guys, Bateman.
Yeah, I think so. I think they okay. You know, with there's always some talk about, you know, Bateman and his last year wasn't that great, but everything was kind of haywire last year offensively with the injuries to Lamar. So when Lamar ain't right, them guys ain't getting fed right, you know, out there. So I'm not mad at Bateman. I think he can come back and you know, regroup and have a solid year. You know, Flowers going to do his thing. I'm not sure whether they're going to bring D-Hop back. You know, he could be gone. But I like the young guy. He hasn't caught a lot of passes, but most of them touchdowns. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Walker, Derek Walker.
Yeah.
Latez Walker, something Walker.
Yeah, Latez Walker. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I like him, and so to me, it was all about the pass rush, O line, and the D line. Is what we needed more than anything. So, wow, man. Wow.
Lucas Scott was wait a minute, that was a fullback. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find these tight ends.
And I know, we know that our guy Likely was out for injury, so they might have brought somebody up on that practice squad.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure.
Yeah, of course. Man, I can't see nothing. Can't find any of these names. But they had some tight ends last year.
Yeah.
Other than the three. But nonetheless, there's work to be done.
Yeah.
There's work to be done. Eric DeCosta's on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of work to do. He should not be sleeping. You know what I'm saying? He should be wide awake up there at the castle, sleeping, staying up there, working the phones, working his contacts, man. He should be in full GM mode.
Yeah.
Him and his team, they need to be working around the clock now to make some things happen. But again, you got things that gotta happen. Lamar gotta get done. And we gotta start there. Free up some cap space so you can make some moves. And again, I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. And I know there's a certain date where you got to be under the cap. I don't know. I don't follow it that close.
Right.
Where I got those dates locked in my head where this got to happen by this date and that got to happen by that. I know that they can do some things, but they got to be under the cap by a certain point. So maybe they got a framework in mind with Lamar so they know what they got to work with moving forward. But they need to get that done. So stay tuned. The NFL free agency is hot. A lot of movement, a lot of players getting paid. Odafe Oweh got $100 million, man. Basically off of half a year work.
Ain't that something?
Basically off of half a year work.
Yeah.
He went and got. He changed his life forever. Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal, man. You ready? You ready to move on?
Yeah, man. I guess and we got hit with that from left field.
Yeah. So I wanted to start the show off. I wanted to start off kind of on a somber note. Do my dedication, man. I wanted to dedicate the show tonight to Dr. Lanice Bias, and that is the mother of Leonard Kevin Bias, the greatest Maryland Terp basketball player ever. His mom passed away last week. I haven't heard of a cause of anything. I don't know if she had been sick or anything, but I did hear she passed away. I had a casual interaction with Mrs. Bias, Dr. Bias, a couple years ago. She did some public speaking around the country. She became a very dynamic speaker after the death of her two sons, Len Bias, and then her son Jay Bias was murdered. I want to say 3 years right after Len Bias was died. So she lost two sons at a very young age, and she became a powerful spokesperson. I've seen her speak, on TV and online and stuff like that. So I've seen her captivate audiences, and she was a very direct person. But I reached out to her a few years ago via social media, and just letting her know the type of work that I was doing, working with young kids at the time, and that something that I saw her doing kind of moved me and moved me to reach out to her. And a few weeks later, she responded, and she was just basically telling me to keep doing the work that the young people need more people to take interest in them, and to she understood that the work is not easy, but it's work that needs to get done. So I wish I'd have saved that response, just saved it somewhere and had it, just for my own personal satisfaction. And sometimes you go back and read those things just for some motivation. But Dr. Lanice Byers passed away, so I wanted to dedicate the show to her tonight on passing of her and the loss of her for the Byers family. Again, she's probably more well known as the mother of Len Byers, and again, very powerful woman, very strong woman, man, to endure the loss of not one but two sons, both early 20-year-olds, man. They hadn't even reached the prime of their lives yet. Just figured you got so much more to live, and as a parent, man, it's probably the hardest thing to imagine. Having to bury a child, not one but two, and then she had to do hers in a public way. So they had to grieve publicly. And everything that they did had to be done on the camera and on in front of the world. With Len Byers passing, with who he was at that time. And you kind of go back now and you can see the footage, and you kind of watch how she kind of handled herself at that time with dignity, man. I mean, that's tough as a parent. I can't imagine, having cameras in my face and, news all out in front of your house, just trying to cover this, and you trying to grieve, but she did it with grace. She did it with dignity. And I just want to send my condolences to the family and dedicate the show to her tonight. So rest in peace, Dr. Byers. You will truly be missed on this side. So you want to add anything on that, brother?
I think that a lot of I don't know, but the Len Byers death happened so long ago. What was that, back in 1986?
Yep. 86, June 19th.
And so that happened a long time ago, and I'm sure there's listeners and young folks that don't really recognize the of Len Byers dying. Dale drafted number 2 overall Boston Celtics. Mm-hmm. Up there to play Boston champ Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, that's the roster. And you're going to add a Len Byers, who was a tremendous basketball player. I mean, just a tremendous talent. And so the huge shock, particularly of the DMV Baltimore area, where we are huge Maryland fans and huge Len Byers fans. I mean, it was one of the most shocking, devastating deaths that I recall in my life. I was just blown away by this death, and everybody was really severely shook up over losing this talented guy. And you still have visions of that gurney coming out of that college dorm and wheeling him into that ambulance is just a sight that we will never forget.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with Miss Lanai Byers, I mean, the strength that that woman showed during this tough time was so amazing. I mean, she was basically, we was worried about the family. Here she was making us feel better.
Yeah.
Some of the strong, positive talk that she was given, and she actually just went on a crusade. And, give these talks and speeches and lectures around the country and probably other places in the world, based on the loss of this magnificent guy, Len Bias. So her loss, apparently at the age of 77, is a big loss. And so she made sure that he didn't die in vain. And that was the everybody connected with her after the death of Len Bias, and she was really, really helpful for all those who were grieving. Here she is, the mother, lost us, like you also mentioned, that Jay Bias wound up a few years later and also dying. So, rest in peace, Miss Bias.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And again, like you said, man, she presented a picture of strength, during that time, and even afterwards. When you listen to her talk, again, man, you as a parent to lose your child, but to have to lose your child in a public way like that, and this, I can just see her on those the 30 for 30s and the documentaries and the stories that's come out about the Len Bias and the death and all that stuff. And you hear her talking about, the response to him passing away. And it's like he was Len Bias, he was her son. I think they called him Frosty. He was Frosty to her. You know what I'm saying? And she just looking at the response. She's like, well, who was this kid? Who was he? I didn't know my son. I remember her vividly saying, I didn't know the impact that he had. She was talking about the flowers coming in. Michael Jordan sent flowers, and Larry Bird sent flowers, and Magic Johnson. I mean, the flowers are coming from these people that are very well-known people. And this is my son Frosty from Prince George's County. You know what I'm saying? We she had no idea the magnitude of the effect her son had on he would have had a worldly effect. He was on his way to becoming worldwide known. He was known to basketball people. He was known here in the States. People knew he was coming. You know what I'm saying? And how good he could have became, how big of a star he would have been. It's always that unknown now. It's that what if. We as sports fans, I think, we feel cheated that we didn't get to see it. We didn't get to see the next chapter in that book. It's like we're reading a great book and it just ends. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there and you see, man, the book just starting to get good. Or you're watching a movie and the movie just starting to get good. And bam, it's over. And there ain't no sequel. This is it. And as fans, I mean, this is 30, almost 40 years. This is 40, it'd be 40 years this year that Len Bias died. 40 years ago this year in June. And we still talk about, I watch his highlights every time I see it on something. I click on it and I watch it. Every time. And I'm just as amazed today as I was in 1985, 86, watching him play. And just wondering what if. But you think about from a parent standpoint, both of us are parents. We both have children. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine being in that position to find out, one of my children passed away or something like that. I just don't know how I would react to it. I don't know how I would handle it. And again, she had to do it in a public way, not once, but twice. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of, you probably still grieving the first one. You probably still grieving Len Bias. And then Jay Bias is murdered senselessly. Three short years later. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, she presented a very strong woman. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what her private moments were like. And I'm sure that family members and all know that how she dealt with things when them cameras wasn't on, and how she was able to grieve in a private way, But she presented a strong front. And again, and a lot of her stuff is on YouTube, some of her speeches and some of the lectures she gave, they're on YouTube. So you have to go watch them. She's very well-spoken woman, man, very powerful. And she was able to turn that tragedy into just some understanding. Because I know she's a very, very spiritual woman too, very religious woman too. So she was able to connect it in that way. Because when those things happen, you question God. And I saw her say that. I watched the video last night of her saying that she was questioning God. When Len died, what's going on? How could you do this? How could you do this? So I don't want to go too far down that road, but I just wanted to dedicate the show to Ms. Dr. Bias tonight. Just sorry to see her pass, and again, condolences out to the Bias family and the University of Maryland basketball family as well. So, rest in peace, Dr. Bias. And we'll continue on at this point. So, we were talking about the NFL, big news. Max Crosby trade is no more. Ravens backed out of the deal. Max Crosby apparently failed the physical. There's a lot of movement in free agency today, the last 2 days, really. Ravens lost a few key players. We are, Baltimore sports guys. We talk a lot of Ravens here. We recap every game, so we focus more on the Ravens than other teams. So, if you're a fan of the other teams, don't take it personal.
Right.
This is who we follow closely. So we'll have more Ravens news than other news.
Yeah.
So we talked about that in the first hour or so. So we're just moving along. So just try to lighten it up a little bit. Staying in the NFL. Dak Prescott, wedding got called off. So, news, the rumor is that the fiance called the wedding off because she didn't want to sign the prenup.
That was Dax?
Dax, yeah, it's his fiance.
Yeah, Dax, yeah.
So, he just restructured. He just got a new deal worth $250. And he wanted that prenup. You know what I'm saying?
And if you love me, why sign a prenup?
Well, because you ain't out there taking hits. You ain't out there running from Max Crosby. And none of these guys is just trying to end my career. You ain't threw no touchdown passes, so sign this thing. I'm gonna leave you all right. But again, it's security for us all. You know what I'm saying? Because what's to say, well, I mean, I get it. I'm not a millionaire. So, if I was to get married, if somebody was to sign a prenup with me, they probably would laugh at me because you ain't got no damn money anyway.
Right.
So, what you need a prenup for? Well, I don't want you to take my turntables.
Right.
I don't want you to take this big sports big sign and all that stuff. I don't want you to take my microphone if things don't work out.
Exactly.
I want my car. So this is for my protection.
Right. just practicing for the future, because I know, we're gonna hit soon. We're gonna get something.
Yeah, for sure.
Practice.
For sure. Because the way they're giving out money, it's definitely some money in line for the sports mix.
Right.
For sure.
And I mean, when it comes to that kind of thing, I mean, I think if if you look at somebody like, say, a LeBron James,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron and his wife were together for a long time.
Yeah.
Way back. Now you get these folks that you link up with while you in college and you an All-American, and you know that in the future be making money. Yeah, prenup comes into play. It'll come into play, when it comes to, the thing is about relationship,
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people fail to understand or don't really look at it, is that one of the characteristics of a relationship is that it can end at any given moment.
That's facts.
At any given moment. I don't care if you've been together for 30 years.
Yeah.
A relationship can end at any given moment, because you do have two people, and both people have to want to be in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
If one person say done, the relationship can be over. Now, whoever came up with the word relationship were wise enough to put the word ship on the end of it. Because a ship is out in the ocean, and the ocean is unpredictable as hell.
Yeah.
You never know what might happen when you're out on the ocean in a ship.
Yeah, I got that firsthand.
Yeah. You don't know what can happen. And then, when you think about, the Titanic and others, some of these ships you go out on, and the bathrooms weren't working in that one. I looked at that Netflix. I don't know if you ever seen that Netflix thing on the ship where it was out in the middle of the ocean, and it lost all power, and it was using the bathroom all over the place. It was a mess. So I'm with Dak on this.
Yeah.
I'm with Dak on this, man. And I don't know the history of it, but again, if that relationship is a kind of like a recent one, and I believe it is, because I think he was there with somebody else before, and man, today, and there's so much history. There's so many instances of these relationships breaking down, and then the horror of going through divorces, and the horror of people digging in your pocket, taking half your money, and all this kind of stuff. You have to protect yourself. You have to.
Yeah. Because what's love anyway? You know what I mean?
The way people deal with it is emotion. I mean, if you want to know what love is, at the depth of it, most people don't experience that.
Nah,
it ain't that deep. Right now we're surface people.
For sure.
Everybody dealing with this thing on the surface, and people eyes get big, man, when they see them dollar signs. They are big, and they can be something that they're really not for a while until they cash in.
Yeah.
They can be that. They can millions of dollars will have somebody being everything you need for them to be. You think they're that.
Yeah.
At a certain point in time, you can only act for so long, and then the real will appear.
Yeah, it's almost like Hollywood. All right, cut. Scene.
Right.
And you come home and you don't know who your wife is. Who the hell is this?
That baby up in me.
Let me stop, because I'm ready.
It's the mix. We mix it.
Look, we already got magic in them on our ass.
Yeah, magic. And pissed. And I heard Cookie was over having a fit too.
Who's that?
Cookie. She mad too. Tell me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it just happened. I'm not gonna go where I was gonna go.
Is
But
that
yeah,
Zuckerberg? Who YouTube? Who on YouTube? I don't know. He Facebook, ain't he? Zuckerberg or what?
Zuckerberg is Facebook. Yeah.
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 YouTube is Google. I don't know who owns Google.
Yeah. Magic and in some people's ears and stuff, So we
Mm-hmm.
bracing for it,
Yeah. Because it's not. Well, I mean, he caught some strays. Let me just say that. I don't.
Yeah.
He caught some strays last week.
Right.
It was good though.
No, that was good. Yeah, that was good.
Good.
Yeah.
He's a ball player.
Mm-hmm.
Good ball handler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on. We're gonna move on. We can get on off of that. All right. So it was a big meeting in DC. I guess last week, a couple of days ago, maybe, with Trump, and I know Nick Saban was there, and a couple college football coaches. What was the coach of Ohio State coach a couple years ago?
Yeah.
He was there, and Charlie Wood was there. Charlie Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Trump is talking about signing an executive order that will return college athletics back to pre-NIL days.
Oh, really?
So let me first say this.
Wow.
Let me first say this. Just because he signed an executive order, that don't mean that's the law of the land. So let's clear that up first. So he knows if he signs an executive order, it's going to get in court probably 2 minutes after he signed it.
Right.
So it's not going to stop dudes from getting paid. We understand that the system is out of whack. We understand that. And I said this right here on the Sports Mix if you've been watching. I'm one that believe that the NCAA is kind of allowing it to get out of control so that they can reel it back in at some point and regain control of the money. Because the guys start getting paid, they're not going to stop getting paid now. They already start kicking out the money. The money's not going away. But the amount of money, the movement of players, the transfer portal, all that stuff, they're going to get control of that at some point. Because this is way out of control right now. Guys are moving around looking for the best deal at this point. You know what I'm saying? So all of that, Nick Saban, couldn't win the game that he was playing because before they were the big dog. They were the one kicking out the money.
Yep.
And if you're somebody that believe that the Alabamas and Ohio States and the big dogs of college football, all them SEC teams with all that money down there, if you believe that them coaches wasn't, maybe not the coaches themselves, but they know that the guys were getting paid. They know that money was changing hands. College basketball as well. We put these guys on these pedestals, man. The Patinos and Coach K's and all these guys. You are in $1 billion business. Money is being exchanged for the services of those players, and they're things that's doing to help these families out too. You know what I'm saying? So you got the NIL stuff going on now. So you got players that's making just as much as the coaches. Certain players are making millions of dollars in college football right now. Shador Sanders boys driving around in Bentleys and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
These dudes are getting deals with major automobile makers. I mean, all of this stuff, man, that used to go on under the table once upon a time in college sports. Now it's all out in front. But it became more of a business. The guys were going around chasing money. They're going around chasing money. It's not that they were. They still are. They're looking for the University of Maryland had a complete overhaul of his roster from last year to this past season. The complete overhaul. Everybody transferred out, and all new players transferred in.
Yep.
And I'm sure they weren't the only school that had that problem. You know what I'm saying? So, once upon a time, we were just talking about letting bias. You think about this, the 80s, the 90s, into 2000, you could watch a team and kind of watch the team over a 2-3 year period. And back in the 80s, at least 3 or 4, because they weren't leaving school as early.
Yeah.
Right? And you knew the players, you knew that the coaches were going to be there, you knew the players were going to be there. But now with the NIL situation, it's just out of whack. So again, they talking about, they had this big meeting in D.C., and Trump was trying to get in front of that, which I don't know why he would want to be doing that while you got a war going on.
Right.
And Epstein and all this other stuff that he really need to be worried about. But it's neither here nor there. That's distraction.
Yeah.
But the problem is there. Whether he get involved or not, the problem is there. You know what I'm saying? NIL, again, I always been for players getting paid. I felt like players should have been getting a piece of the pie years ago.
Yeah.
But there's always a but.
Yeah.
Because before they came up with the NIL, you remember the big thing was, well, how you gonna pay like the water polo team and the field hockey team? They don't generate the money that basketball and football generates. And then only the schools like, the Big Ten, the ACC, the Big East, Big 12, all of the Pac-10s and all of them, those the conferences are going to really make the big money. What about the Mountain West and, the Patriot League and all these other smaller leagues? How is it going to be fair?
Yeah.
And it's never been fair.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. It's never been fair to the smaller schools because they don't have the ability to generate the money, that the bigger schools do. The bigger schools have TV money. They got the booster money. They're able to generate more money from donors and alumni and all these sources that they have to raise money for these schools and these athletic programs. And you paying coaches. Some of these state schools, man, the coaches are the highest paid employees of the state. That kind of stuff. So it's a point of, we want to have players under control. And that's the big thing. We want to control the players, right? And we want to make it where they can't. CB, I ain't even know you was watching. What's up, CB? My brother, Tyrese Gibson knows. I missed that one.
Yeah.
Sponsorship. JB, what's up, bro? Johnny B.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. So college sports, is under fire right now. They trying to figure out how to get it back under control. College players making as much as the pro, right? Some, and especially in the women's game, women's basketball, it don't even pay for them to go to the league. They make more money in college. The WNBA players the college NCAA college players are making more than they make going to the WNBA. That's a little bit off kilter. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be. But this is where we are. You know what I'm saying? This is where we are, man. This is where we are with this. So,
yeah.
What's your thoughts on this whole NIL stuff? And
the thing is that it was a mess before NIL was put into place. There's so much money being tossed around by these boosters and a lot of illegal stuff going on. So, guys was getting paid under the table and coming out with nice cars and parents getting houses and all this kind of stuff. So it was a mess before graduate NIL deal landed one. Right. So it was a mess before. The guys are getting paid now and it's sort of not under the table, it's on the table. but it's still a mess. I mean, when you mentioned about University of Maryland, I mean, everybody left.
Yeah.
Whole team left, including the coach.
Yeah.
Including the coach. And everybody is looking for a deal to get more money. I was listening to the running back from University of Maryland who wound up playing for the national champion Indiana team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I can't think of his name. But he talked about, they had him on the show and they was talking to him about, being a national champion. He has spent 4 years with the University of Maryland, and he said that Loxley came to him and said, Roman Hembry, his name, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, came to him and said, hey, we going in a different direction.
Mm.
So basically, you pulling the money from the kid, and he said so he had to look out and try to find somewhere else to go, and it just happened to work out for him that he was able to go to Indiana, and he won the championship, and he did go to the combines, and he's looking to be drafted. So this thing, man, it's a lot of moving parts thing, and it's moving so fast that the average fan don't. Hemby, yes sir, yes,
Mm-hmm.
and the average fan we don't even really know what's going on with this NIL.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going on. Do they sign a contract? Are they locked in? It seems like they're not locked in. If you're getting paid $500,000 to play for a team, and then next year somebody come and get in your ear and say we give you $600,000, and you transfer to that school. I mean, it's a mess, big mess. We want guys get paid, but I think that somebody really need to sit down and look at this whole process and come up with a game plan on how it should be implemented. Because right now, I don't like the way it's going right now.
No, I don't like it either. I don't like it either. But like I said, I believe, because cynically, I just believe the NCAA people, man, just kind of sitting back, and they're gonna let it get out of control. It's gonna get so far out of control, and they gonna feel like we got to step in.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to regain control of this thing some kind of way. So, and I think with this executive order threat from the president and him bringing in Nick Saban and those guys to talk about this thing, I think that's what will get the ball rolling. Because if you remember, back there in the early 2000s, when chicks was loving the long ball, and baseball was hurting, man, and they started knocking balls out of stadiums, and we got shortstops that the career 200 hitters hitting 30 and 40 home runs, and
right.
It was just crazy. And it was George W. Bush. George W. Bush said something about steroids being out of control in baseball. Right as the Iraq War was going on. This was after the towers came down, so the war we were at war.
Yeah.
And he had bigger fish to fry, but he made mention of steroids in baseball, and lo and behold, the investigation started, and then the finger point started, and they so-called cleaned up steroids in baseball. They suspended people for it, I know. So Nick Saban was a major for sure, man. For sure. And it's like Nick Saban walked away because he knew now the rabbit got the gun. The rabbit got the gun now, so I can't stack him up like I used to.
Right.
Remember, man, Alabama was like a factory.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Same thing. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the same thing with Coach K, man. I know we love these guys and we put these guys on these pedestals, and you can't coach forever. You're not gonna stay there forever. I know Coach K wasn't gonna be a Duke forever, but you gotta look at the timing of everything. when he walked away, what was happening? You know what I'm saying? All of the transfers, the one and dones, and all that stuff. You can't be Coach K the way that you were once upon a time. Because now you got to adapt. You got to adapt to what's going on now. Are you willing to do that? Gary Williams, the same thing. He walked away from Maryland because he didn't want to. Number one, he never really dealt with the high-profile AAU guys anyway.
I just wanna slip in on some breaking news that Bam for Miami Heat.
Bam, him.
He has scored 81 points against the Washington Wizards tonight.
What?
And the game ain't over yet.
81?
81.
Bam.
81. Bam.
What's the name, boyfriend?
Whose boyfriend is that?
You said Bam from the Heat. Ain't that old girl from the Las Vegas Aces?
It could be. I don't know. I don't know much about him, but he got 81.
Man, what's it? Wait a minute, let me pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
She might be at the game.
Right.
Damn, he hit 81 and the game ain't over yet, huh?
He shot 43 times and made 20.
Wow.
7 pointers.
So he 50%.
He done shot 22 3-point shots.
22.
Right. He made 7.
Goodness gracious. And the game ain't over, you said?
It was like a minute or 40 seconds or something left in the game. Unbelievable.
That was in Miami. Okay, I was going to say they played that game in D.C. Goodness gracious. What is his girlfriend's name? Asia Wilson. God damn, yo. I'm terrible with names. Thanks, Landon. And she had the game too? Man, she gonna you gotta get on no airplane. She in trouble.
Yeah.
He gonna celebrate tonight. Damn, 81?
Right.
Man, Neil, what's up, homeboy? Quintessential grooming down in the ATL.
Right.
And he ain't somebody you think would get 80. He ain't somebody you think get 40 like that.
Yeah, no, that ain't him, is it? I mean,
but it's the Wizards.
That's true. And apparently, I was looking at the box score. Angel Reese brother didn't play. I didn't see his name in the box score.
Oh, Juju ain't play?
I didn't see his name in there. Is he hurt or something?
He can't be already. God damn, he just got there. Damn. Wow. Damn, 81. Wow.
Yeah, 41 seconds. He got 81 so far, I say.
Damn. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, man. This has been a hell of a night.
Yes.
This has been a hell of a night. Yeah, he ain't no scorer, man. He can play. Now he ain't no scrub.
Right.
Right. Exactly, Landon. I mean, he ain't the guy that's gonna get you 30 every night.
Wow.
He just had one of them nights where the basket probably looked like the ocean.
He got 100 points. He got one. It's 150 to 126.
He got 83.
He got 83.
He didn't pass. Goddamn the Black Mamba.
He caught Kobe. Didn't Kobe?
He didn't pass Kobe, man.
He tied him.
He better than Kobe.
He up to 83 now. He done passed him. Ain't that something?
He better than Kobe.
Ain't that something? Now y'all gonna have to start talking about him being the GOAT.
Hey, John. We ain't got enough time to answer this one. He said, what y'all think the Wizards need to do to be a contender?
Oh,
Well, they got Trae Young.
They got AD.
They got AD. You know, he injured,
Right.
as usual.
Right.
I wonder was he at the game?
Well,
I was AD watching.
I heard, yeah, he might have been watching. I heard they shutting him down. They say he really could play, but since it's so close to the end of the year, they just said they're just gonna let him go ahead on and, you know, continue to make sure he's healed up for next year. But they got Trae Young, they got Anthony Davis coming back in next year. I'm not so familiar with their roster, but those are two pieces right there.
Yeah. Well, AD, you know, it's all about health.
Yeah, it's all about health.
He just gotta stay healthy, man. He always nicked up or hurt or something. So
the guy can ball, but he definitely need to stay healthy. That's been his thing, his career, the injury. So I don't know. Maybe the Wizards can do something. I mean, to me, with AD and Trae Young on the team, man, they worth watching.
Yeah.
A lot of times they want to, you know, you don't even want to watch them because who you want to watch?
Right. Yeah.
His previous career high was 43.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said it'll take Bam 10 games to total 80 points after the day. Yeah, I agree. Because he not a volume scorer like that at all. So he was just having a night.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't wait to hear Charles Barkley talk about this. I know Chuck got some shit to say.
And you know, his comments gonna be probably going against the Wizards, probably their terrible defense. Terrible defense. If y'all watch it on Facebook, make sure you hit that share button. Hit that share button, man. Hit that comments, likes. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, as usual. You know. Damn. That Bam Adebayo, how you say his last name?
I don't know.
I can't even say his name.
Adebayo.
Yeah, him. Asia Wilson. Look, Asia Wilson boyfriend.
Asia Wilson played for who?
The Las Vegas Aces.
Okay.
She came out of South Carolina. She one of Don Staley's greatest hits.
Wow. 83 daggone points.
43 was probably lengthy.
Wow.
His other career high probably game against the Wizards too. Gina Clay in the building, y'all. Gina Clay, one of DJS's finest. And she said she was watching the game too.
Yeah.
You know, she was watching.
Wow.
She wondered why they pulled them out of the game though.
Yeah,
let them just keep going.
Yeah, let them keep going. Why not?
Give it to them every time down court. I mean, the score. Is this a final? Is it a final yet?
It's final now.
What was the final score? Let me see.
150 to 129.
They put up 150 points.
Yeah. That's why people ain't the NBA, man, like they used to.
But this oh my God, 150 points. This bowl will be better.
The Wizards put up 129.
Yeah. All right, look, he broke it down for us. That ain't it, man. Adebayo. He done broke the syllables down.
Okay, Adebayo.
Yeah, him. I like Asia Wilson boyfriend better. You know, just like Rihanna's husband.
Yeah.
We start calling them by their spouse's name.
Got it.
Or their
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah, you can reckon.
You're not gonna cry, Gina.
Yeah.
You know, we praising you. We giving you praise.
Yeah.
You know, your boy Landon over here cutting up as usual.
So obviously that's the highest scoring game in Heat history. They might be showing. I think she might have been there. It looked like they were showing a picture of It might have been Asia in the audience.
Yeah. Landon said she was there.
She was there. Okay, yeah.
He said she was there. He said they probably played 10 quarters.
Oh man.
Don't cry about DJS. We had some great times there.
Wow.
We had a great crew. You know, the job sucked, but we had a great crew.
Y'all survived.
Yeah, we survived it. Everybody doing better. Everybody moved on to greener pastures.
Yeah.
You know. Not damn. Landon said, man, probably played 10 quarters.
That is crazy.
Yeah, this is unreal, man. Damn, the Fat Boys broke up.
Right.
Goddamn, Max Crosby got rescinded. The trade got rescinded.
Yeah.
And now Bam Adebayo, Asian Wilson boyfriend, scored 83 points.
Right.
Damn. What's this? March 10th? March 10th, boy. This is gonna be a hell of a day in history.
Against the Wizards.
Well, did that take away from it?
Hey, man. You know, I can't wait to hear what Charles Barkley got to say.
Man, if he did against the Lakers, somebody, if he did against the Spurs or somebody.
He gonna trash the Wizards. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah. Well, we gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna do that. Yeah. John asked, what it take for them to be contenders? And move.
Well, I mean, if they hold on to AD and Trae Young, and again, I don't know the other pieces that's on that Wizards team, but that's something to work with moving into next year. Obviously, they're not a playoff team right now. They should be getting a high draft choice. And
no, I cannot. God. Hey, yo, I'm telling you, this dude don't be missing. He said to be contenders, they just need to go to the ACC. Damn, the Washington Wizards in the Atlantic Coast Conference, they probably will win it every year.
Lonzo Mourning was at the game.
Yeah.
So
all right. Pat Riley with Dwayne Wade there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, Lord. They showing some video footage. Some of the people in the crowd, old Asia, they clapping with her shades on.
Mm-hmm.
Thrilled. He looked like he taking it all in, man. You know, he ain't tripping. It looks like, you know.
Yeah, that's what he do.
Yeah.
You know, he just said, Asia, I'm gonna see you in a minute.
Right.
Asia season might be over.
We gonna celebrate.
Mess with him tonight. He
right.
can mess around and do some damage.
He ain't done scoring. That's what I'm talking about. He ain't done. He'll see.
Hey.
Yeah.
He going to the rack for real.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, he say, hey, I'm a especially if they flying out tonight, he gonna be like, hey, look, I'm gonna meet y'all in the next city tomorrow.
Yeah, so Asia, get that box ready. You already got Magic on out, so I mean,
Hey, why not? Damn, Landon, he said they're struggling in the Big Ten. Damn. Damn. They struggling in the Big Ten. The way I went to Purdue and Maryland, the way they throttled Maryland, Purdue might give them a run.
When the last time the Wizards man done anything, man? What? When? How long has it been?
They made a little noise with John Wall and them.
When John Wall Gilbert Arenas and some of them boys was there.
Yeah.
They was in the playoffs.
Yeah, Wall and Bill had a little run.
Wall and Bill did have a little run in that backcourt.
And Arenas and them had a little, but see, Arenas and them couldn't beat LeBron.
Couldn't get past LeBron
with Cleveland. He was bumping them out every year.
Yeah.
This was Cleveland LeBron. This wasn't Miami LeBron. This was Cleveland LeBron. So this was before the decision.
Right.
You know, then Gilbert Arenas and them like play with guns and
all
the little foolishness they had going on.
I mean, I the Wizards, man, need a culture change. They need a serious culture change over there. And I mean, you can go back. We talked about it on the show when they let
Chris Webber
go.
Mm-hmm.
They had Rod Strickland on that team, Chris Webber, the other boy that played Fab Five, Juwan Howard was on that team.
Rasheed Wallace.
Man, they had some talent, man. They had some serious talent, and Wes Unseld muffed that up. Wes seriously muffed that up. And I mean, they had they played the Bulls well in the playoffs.
They did. They did.
Played them tough, and they had Jordan talking about this team.
Yeah.
Jordan, these guys are good, man. We're going to have to contend with them on a yearly basis. No, not after West get finished. You're going to have to contend with them because West messed that thing up. You're talking about Chris Webber and Rasheed Wallace?
And they traded Rasheed Wallace after 1 year.
And they let Chris go, and they held on to Juwan.
Yeah, that was some great decision making there. That's what
And man, I wanted to pull for West, man, because as a kid, man, my father took me down there to the Civic Center. I used to watch him play.
Yeah.
Seen him play. Him and the Pearl and all them boys, man, Gus Johnson and them. But he messed them up, man. He messed them up. And the thing about
you're out of order.
Can't take Landon, man.
You out of order. You are out of order.
I can't take Landon, man.
Because I got some things to say about West too. Rest in peace for sure. Yeah, they definitely and Mitch Richmond was definitely past his prime when they traded him straight up for Chris Webber. That was one of the most ridiculous trades.
That was ridiculous, man.
In the history of trades.
That was ridiculous, man. They brought in the old Moses Malone. They brought in the old Ralph Sampson.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go on, man. There's a bunch of people. Gus Williams. They brought in old Williams.
They brought in Bernard King after the knee surgery. He made an All-Star.
He did make an All-Star.
He did make an All-Star after that, but he came in after the knee surgery.
Right.
So they didn't know who they was getting.
Right. They didn't know. I mean, they brought in and we missing some more. It was quite a few.
Oh yeah. It was.
There you go, Raj Strickland.
A litany of names they brought in past their prime.
Yeah.
Or remember, or the guys they drafted that just didn't. They drafted Muggsy and traded him after 1 year.
Traded him after 1 year. They drafted Juan Dixon too. See, and some of the moves they made, was suspect.
Manute.
Yeah, they had Manute, Big George,
Murray's son
in there, 7'7".
Yeah.
Miss Jenkins. What was it? Don't nobody say no anything. Who's Miss Jenkins?
From In Living Color. Don't nobody better say nothing about Miss Jenkins.
Miss Jenkins.
They traded Earl Monroe for Kevin Greavy.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Kevin Greavy, they traded him for and Kevin Greavy was around for a long time.
Yeah, he went to the Knicks, man. Earl the Pearl went up there to the Knicks, man.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't know that Kevin Greavy came back on that. Kevin Greavy. Damn.
It was a bad deal, man. Can't remember the players that came back, but it was a bad deal. He went up there to form they call it a Cadillac backcourt back in the day.
Yeah.
With Clyde Frazier.
Yeah. They won a chip too, didn't they?
The chip. Yeah.
That's the last one they got up in New York as far as basketball concerned.
Yeah.
1973.
Could have drafted Karl Malone.
They could have drafted Mark Jackson.
Who did they draft instead of on that draft with Karl Malone? Who did the Wizards draft? Was that?
I forget the dude's name, but he didn't make it.
Yeah.
I forget his name. That was what, 84?
Yeah.
I forget his name.
It's been, I mean, even, man, if I take it back to when they won the championship against Seattle, they beat the Seattle Supersonics in 78, and I think Seattle came back in 79 and beat them. Those two played back-to-back years for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
But even when they won it, they gave the MVP to Wes Unseld. He did not deserve the MVP.
Mm.
He was not. Matter of fact, he shouldn't even been second in the voting for the team. They had Alvin Hayes and they had Bobby Dandridge. I thought Bobby Dandridge should have been the MVP, and they gave it to Wes Unseld, which was ridiculous. So it always made me wonder, what was Wes doing? What was Wes doing?
Hey, man.
Now, I done got the warning from Landon, but we going there. Able to get the MVP when he didn't deserve it. He shouldn't have even been second in the voting. And then for him to go up into management, he coached the team. He went up to the front office. He came back down and coached. I mean, he was messing things up, but they kept him there. What was Wes doing? What was the owner of what was that owner name of the Wizards?
Abe Pollin.
Abe Pollin.
In 1985, the number one draft pick for the Wizards was Kenny Green.
Oh, yeah. Come out of Clemson. Wake Forest.
Wake Forest. Kenny Green.
Right. He was the number 6 overall pick?
Pick 12.
12, okay.
Pick number 12.
Yeah, Kenny Green.
Wow.
That, man.
Yeah. You remember him from college, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember him from the Wizards. I mean, from the Bullets.
No, because he didn't do much.
So wait a minute. What year was Karl Malone drafted? Was that 85? All right, yeah, 85. What pick was he? If they picked Kenny Green at number 12, yep, Karl Malone was picked number 13.
Wow.
Damn, Bullets?
Wow.
Shit, they could have got Bill Winnington. He went 16. Joe Dumars went 18.
What?
Terry Catledge, who ended up with the Wizards,
Yeah.
he went 21 to Philly. AC Green went 23. Terry Porter went 24. So there were some guys, who ended up having pretty good pro careers.
Wow.
That went after. And they drafted Manute Bol in the second round with the 31st pick.
Okay.
That same year. Wow.
Who was the people that went before?
What
was the draft order that year?
So Patrick Ewing was number 1.
Okay.
Wayman Tisdale 2. Benoit Benjamin was third. Xavier McDaniel went 4. The great John Concack went number 5. Joe Klein went number 6. Chris Mullen went number 7.
Okay.
Detlef Schrempf went number 8. Charles Oakley went 9, and Charles Oakley was a HBCU guy. He was the number 1. He was the 9th overall pick.
Yeah.
To the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He went to what? Virginia.
Virginia Union.
Yeah.
Yep. Ed Pinckney was 10.
Pinckney, yeah.
Villanova just had won the national championship. I'm still pissed about that.
Yeah, I didn't like him. Beat the
Keith Lee from Memphis State went number 11. Mm-hmm. And then Kenny Green went 12.
Green went 12.
To the Bullets.
13.
Karl Malone was the number 13 pick.
What number did Karl Malone wear on his jersey? You remember?
32.
Oh, he was 32, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The mailman.
Mailman.
Remember he used to dunk like this with his hand behind his head? Shit. I wouldn't thought that was.
What was that all about?
Landon said they may have drafted him. That'd have been a Wizards type pick. We got this kid, Landon Saunders, from the Department of Juvenile Services.
Right.
He's gonna be our power forward at 5'11".
Right.
Yeah, Kenny Green over Malone.
Wow.
Let me see. West is a Bullet legend, Dean. You're going to hell with gasoline jumpsuits.
When they drafted West come up out of Louisville.
He said they knew Malone was a pedophile. West wasn't having. Yo. They traded Harvey Grant for Kevin Duckworth. I mean, we can go on and on with some of the moves they made.
Duckworth came.
Oh man,
bunch of them, man, that came.
I
think what's his name? Roundfield.
Dan Roundfield.
Yeah, he came.
Wow.
He came on the team late in his career.
Remember Jeff Malone?
Yeah.
He was the show for a minute. Jeff Malone and remember Darryl Walker was here with the big knee pads.
Yeah, Darryl Walker had pads all them down his knees. Yeah. I remember him.
Who else they had?
All those.
Didn't Terry Porter play with the Wizards at the end of his career?
He could have. I ain't sure, man.
He was clearly washed up by the time he got here.
Most of them are, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Adams.
He's a Wizard.
Oh, one push shooting ass.
Yeah, push that ball up there. Yeah, they did some stuff, man. They put Stackhouse there.
Yeah, Stackhouse. And they traded Rip Hamilton to get Stackhouse. That was Michael Jordan did that.
Terrible deal.
That was on Mike.
Yeah, that's on Mike. Yeah. He on the list too. Mike on the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember Terry Porter being here.
Okay.
Kwame Brown. that was Michael Jordan. Mike Jordan pick.
Yeah, that's the stuff that ended him and Barkley's relationship.
Now, from my understanding, Mike Jordan wanted to trade that number 1 pick to the Clippers or the Bulls at the time to get what's my man from Duke?
The light.
No, the power forward. Elton Brand.
Oh, Elton Brand, yeah.
And Abe Pollin, he nixed the deal.
Okay.
Abe Pollin nixed the deal. That would have been a hell of a move.
Yeah.
If they'd have got Elton Brand, them years when they had Mike Jordan and Rip Hamilton and them boys,
it'd have been different.
It'd have been different.
Yep.
Ben Wallace, another one. And Ben Wallace was a free agent. He was a free agent. They brought him in here. And I remember seeing him play. And Ben Wallace, he came after they traded away Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
They gave him Rasheed's number and everything.
Mm.
They ain't even changed the uniforms out. They just say, hey, you just gonna be number 30.
He brought in Jordan brought in, the guy he hit the last shot on from Utah.
Yeah, what's his name? What's his name? Byron
Russell.
Byron Russell, yeah. Brian Russell. Is it Brian Russell or Byron?
Byron.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Yeah.
It don't matter.
Right.
Yeah, Kwame played about 15 years. I mean, he hung around, man. All that calling Kwame a bust, I don't buy into that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't. He wasn't what you thought the number one pick was going to be, but he was able to hang around and keep a job.
Yeah.
For 15 years. Now Kenny Green, on the other hand,
yeah,
he was a bust.
Yeah, Kenny Green
he was a bust.
Yeah,
even Manute Bol hung around.
Yeah, and he was blocking shots like crazy.
Yeah, Manute. See, I think, man, see players like that, even drafted Muggsy. You know what I'm saying? I think they drafted. It seemed like they drafted those two guys to be more of a sideshow than anything strategic. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the '87 draft was, I remember watching that vividly because Reggie was drafted that year, so I was, I definitely was tuned into that.
Yeah.
So Reggie Williams, Muggsy, and Reggie Lewis all went in that draft. First rounders all from Dunbar High School. Right. But I remember watching it and seeing Mark Jackson sitting in that green room and just seeing him slip further and further and further down. So I remember when the Bullets came up, we knew they needed a point guard.
Yeah.
And you'd have had Mark Jackson and Jeff Malone in that backcourt. And I think probably Moses Malone was around at the time. But Mark Jackson went on to win the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Up there with the Knicks. So again, man, you just sit here and I'm never gonna call myself a Wizard or Bullets fan, but they were the closest team, and we used to see their games were on TV every day. Back, we had the home team sports. So you could watch all the Bullets games back then. So you watch them every day. Whether you call yourself a fan or not, you watch the games, and you become kind of you root for them, and you want them to do well. Because I used to go to Bullets games. You know what I'm saying? They had the games up here at the Civic Center. I would go to some of those, and I'd go down to the Cap Center a few times and watch games. So I would go to the games. And you just hoped that they would do the right thing, man. But they just seemed like an organization that could never get right.
Yeah.
Like you say, Wes Unseld was a celebrated player. From Baltimore Bullets on down to DC. They won the World Championship in '78. Got back in '79 and lost to Seattle. So Wes is a Hall of Famer, man. He was going to be somebody, that they were going to look at, take care of. I remember he was an assistant coach prior to being the head coach. He took over head coach, but they just could not get right, man. Could not get right.
Team?
Say again?
Is Jordan Poole still on the team?
Nah, Jordan Poole, they moved him.
Moved him?
He down there in New Orleans.
Westbrook, they brought Westbrook over there, kind of like the end of his career. Look, I mean, he wasn't prime Westbrook.
Yeah.
When he came.
They took Calbert Chaney over Vin Baker, Allen Houston, and Rodney Rogers. Yeah. But I mean, and Calbert Cheaney was Big Ten Player of the Year. He was All-American. You know what I'm saying? So we can look at that move now and say what they should have did.
Right.
At the time, he wasn't a bad pick. I don't think.
Talking about who?
Calbert Cheaney.
Oh, Calbert Cheaney. Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah, he was all right at the time.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, he was Big Ten Player of the Year at that time. The Big Ten always been tough. And he had a good college career though. Calbert Cheaney had a good college career. He played 4 years at Indiana.
Yeah.
I think they got to the Final Four once, maybe twice.
Yeah, he was solid when he came.
Yeah. He was a solid player. You know, but yeah, you know, but they took him over Vin Baker. When Vin Baker went to he went to a smaller school.
Yeah.
And Allen Houston was at Tennessee, and Rodney Rogers down at Wake. Rodney Rogers was tough.
Yeah, Rogers. Did he pass away or something?
Yeah, he passed away about a couple months ago.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize he had gone through what he went through and was in a wheelchair and all that kind of stuff, something like that.
Yeah, he was in a motorcycle accident or a dirt bike or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Landon said he was a fan and got a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you'll never go platinum talking bad about Wes.
Is Wes' son still in coaching?
Yeah, he's still around.
Still around?
Yeah, he's still around somewhere and doing pretty good.
Wes Unseld Jr.
Yeah, he definitely didn't get it from his daddy.
Yeah, is he in the league? In the league?
Yeah, he was in the league somewhere. Let me pull him up. Let me see. Wes Unseld Jr. Where is he? Assistant coach for the Chicago Bulls now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still around.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still around. Maybe they should bring him back to Washington. What do you think? No? Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let the Unseld legacy rest. They needed a power forward and a point guard that year. Yeah. But I mean, this is the Wizards. This is the Wizards organization.
Yeah.
But they never do or did anything that was like a wild move. I mean, even the year they got the number one pick, it just like things just kind of fall in their lap, man. They get the number one pick, and the best players that year are the high school guys. You know, remember it was Kwame Brown, Tyson Chandler,
right?
And Eddie Curry was the first 3 picks that year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you like, I mean, out of those 3, who was going to come right in and be a factor right away?
Yeah, that was a big question. Yeah, that was a tough question, boys. Obviously, Tyson Chandler went on to have a pretty stellar career.
Mm-hmm.
Protected that paint real well. I know he got at least 1 chip. He was down there with Dallas.
Yeah, when they beat LeBron and them.
And he was a big factor, man. He was a rim protector. LeBron was so afraid to go in there. Wemby
put up 39. Wemby is the real motherfucking deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that
he the real deal.
Yeah, so Ron Harper got 2 sons in the league. I think the one that's down there with him in San Antonio is the younger son.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the older one is up in Boston.
Yeah, I think both of them solid.
Yeah,
they solid. They both solid players. You know, but that boy Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby's something.
And he ain't even hit prime yet.
Man, nah.
he ain't even hit his prime yet.
I mean, he cared. I mean, he's the type ball player that really cared, man. I mean, when I saw him in them Olympics, dude was doing his all to try to win. You like to see that kind of stuff in a play.
Yeah.
Putting his all, man. I mean, to the point, man, I mean, sure, he might even shed some tears when they lost.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
that's what you see, man. I mean, to see him out there is he 7'6"?
Yeah, 7'6", something like that.
Him out there at 7'6", doing what he's doing, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's borderline unfair, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
I mean, because he handled like a guard,
Handle the ball.
and he can shoot that thing. I mean, he pull up, step backs.
Step backs and all that stuff.
I mean, he going between the legs, stepping back. Wow.
3. Step back behind the 3 and knock it down.
Yeah, it's crazy. Remind of Duncan. Shit. Timmy might be in trouble.
Before it's all said and done.
Timmy might be in trouble with this dude, man.
All said and done.
And you talk about an organization that got a goddamn horseshoe in their ass. God damn.
I worry about the injury. Especially when I see the pencil legs he got.
Yeah.
I be worried about the injury.
Yeah, he got the 10-11s working.
Right.
You know what I mean? But man, listen. That boy is tough, man.
A lot of fun to watch, man. He's a
yeah, John, I know you're a Timmy D fan. But if he stay healthy,
yeah,
you know, Timmy D might be the second best Spur ever.
Right.
But like I was going to say, you know, you talk about a team got the horseshoe in their ass. You know, they get David Robinson, and you got to wait 2 years for him. He did his military service. He come in, he drafted in '87. He's a rookie in '88, '89, or '89, '90.
Right.
We had to wait 2 years. He, you know, rookie of the year. He come out and you see Dave Robinson is legit.
Mm-hmm.
96, 97, Dave Robinson get injured. The Spurs basically tank. And they get the damn #1 pick.
M. Duncan.
Timmy D.
Yep.
Now they got Timmy Duncan and Dave Robinson coming back off injury.
Right.
So they got their version of the Twin Towers. They was able to win, 2-3 championships together.
Yeah.
And Timmy ended up getting 5 altogether on, you know, himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if him and Dave got 2 or 3 together. And then, you know, Timmy retires a few years ago. And here we go again. The prize is coming, and who get the #1 pick? The San Antonio Spurs, man. And again, by Wemby being a foreign player, you know, I don't follow it like that. So for me to say what he was going to be when he got here, I'd be lying if I told you, oh yeah, he's going to be I had no clue what he was or what he's going to be. He, you know, I was in it. I just need to see. And yeah, he is as advertised.
I didn't. Yeah, I was like you. I didn't know what to expect, but I certainly expect what I saw.
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah. I was going to be able to do what he's been doing.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like you said, what this is his 3rd year.
Man,
I mean, he haven't hit prime yet. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they
what you say?
They are a threat this year.
Yeah.
It seemed like they got OKC's number.
Ain't that something? The defending champs.
Right.
Now, I always take the Larry Bird philosophy on players, right? He always said it take you about 5 years to figure out the league. Like, you know, you can come in the league and put numbers up and all those things, right? But it really take you about 4 or 5 years to really understand the league and you know, preparation and how to get your body right and all those things, you know, for the long haul. And this is his 3rd year. He's had an injury because I think his whole first year he was out, right? Wemby.
He may have been. I'm not.
His whole first year he was out with injury. But again, man, this is a kid that's only in his 3rd year. you know, he haven't even hit the prime of his career yet. So I just like to see him in year 5, 6. You know, again, barring injury, as long as he's able to stay healthy, man, he gonna be scary to watch, man. Because again, his talent is here. You know, his ceiling, man, is goddamn. I don't know how high is it. They might have to tear a hole in the building to reach his ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, the potential was crazy.
Yeah. Unreal. Unreal, man.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Unreal.
But
you know, we keep starting early.
Right. I know.
And we still, you know.
I know.
Rolling into 11 o'clock.
We'll get it down to it.
You know, see, Spurs having trouble with Houston.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, man. And so I mean, you know, it's that time of year too. NBA about to start picking up.
Yeah.
Got a few more weeks left in the regular season.
Mm.
And then, you know, getting them ready for the playoff push. So it's gonna be interesting to see down the stretch, man, how things play out in the NBA. You know, I'll be locked in, tuned in, watching.
Yeah.
Agent Wilson's man hit 83 points tonight.
Yeah.
83 points, man. He scored more than Kobe.
He did.
The GOAT.
3-10, March the 10th. What is going on today? Crosby? Bam? Oh, anything else crazy happened today? Man.
I don't think my number hit. I checked that already.
Right.
Yeah, that I didn't get that. Not that I played.
Right.
But you know. Not that I played. Yeah, March Madness coming. So you got the tournament's going on now.
Going on.
I think Landon told me earlier that Maryland won today.
Yeah, I saw they beat Oregon.
Yeah.
I haven't watched in a while, man. I was done with them.
Yeah, and you should. They'll be done before the weekend.
Yeah, they'll be.
You can book that.
Right.
If you got money to bet right. Against Maryland.
Absolutely.
Because they are horrible.
Yeah.
And we live in Maryland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Maryland is terrible.
Yeah, they're terrible.
And in the words of Charles Barkley, they are terrible.
And you mentioned it, a whole new roster. Oh.
I ain't touching it.
Boy.
I ain't touching that one.
They gonna come for you on that one.
I ain't touching that.
Woo.
I was hard enough on him when he was living.
Mm.
I'm gonna let the brother rest in peace. But just in case.
He is forever barred from the Forum. What they call that place out there now?
The Forum?
The LA.
Shit, I don't even know because I think it changed.
Changed all the time.
Yeah, it changed. You know, they selling the names now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NIT still going. The NIT, then they got another one. They got another team. They got another tournament for the even worse teams.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know it's all about the money though.
Of course.
You know, they trying to get that money. Yeah, I don't know. Cheese, where you at, brother? I ain't, Cheese, he ain't been with us in a minute. I know Cheese doing the school thing.
Caught up in them books.
So Cheese, we looking for you, brother.
Baseball grade crank up.
Crank that, yeah. Hey, I've been checking out the highlights of that WBC.
Okay.
I ain't watched the game yet, but see, that stuff is exciting.
Yeah.
And them playing for your country,
mm-hmm.
and to watch how them other countries, man, they go to them games, man. They be into them games, man.
That Dominican Republic, man, they serious about that baseball.
Man, it ain't like these wine and cheese crowds we get down here at Camden Yards, man. Ain't nobody worried about getting Boog's barbecue and
Right.
You know, goddamn whatever other delicacies you can get at the stadium, man. Give me a hot dogs and peanuts and popcorn and a Coca-Cola or a beer. And let's play ball. Let's play 9, baby. Let's play 2. What Willie Mays said, let's play 2.
So next did you mentioned Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I ain't touching it.
Right.
I ain't touching it. That was Landon Saunders from DJS.
Right. Oh, Kobe.
Oh man. Yo, this is crazy. This been a crazy night.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy night, man. You know, that's why you gotta stay on your toes, I guess.
Yeah, you never know. You just never
know. Never know what's gonna happen.
Nice.
Soccer match was sold out over the weekend. Yeah, I heard that soccer was in town. What's the player name everybody was talking about? The number 1 player in the world?
Oh, that guy.
Messi? Is it Messi?
He one of them.
Was he the one that was in town?
Ronaldo was one of them.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Somebody was here. I was working. I you know.
Yeah.
And even if I wasn't working, I probably wouldn't have went to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a sports fan, but come on.
I was, you know, I went down there. They had a game down at M&T Soccer. I went down and watched it. I ain't know who I was looking at. Free tickets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, went on down there and watched the game. I ain't stayed for the whole game. You know, we Americans, man, we addicted to scoring. You know, one is
ain't a whole lot of scoring going on at a soccer game.
Kind of attracted to that, man. You know, and believe it or not, that addiction to scoring is what's really kind of, I think, hampering the NBA. I don't think that we had a problem with some of the games back in the day. You know, them playoff games, they be scoring in the high 80s or the 90s.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Scoring, man, you know, it seems like every rule change in any sport is for the benefit of the offense. We addicted.
Yeah, we sports analysts.
Yes.
We just don't like soccer. Look, here you go. It's hard to concentrate on the game, Dean, when you sneak in. You're watching out for security. I went to a PGA golf event this past summer. Yeah, I went to the Mercedes Open out there. It was out there in Orange Mills in the summer. I went to the final round at that.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the final round. My cousin's husband, who's a Steelers fan, that I don't call him family.
Right.
He offered me a ticket. You know, last minute. I said, hell yeah, I'm with it. I ain't never been to a golf event.
Was some big names out there?
Yeah, but I don't remember them.
Right.
You know, Tiger wasn't there. I know that.
Yeah.
But it was hot that day. It was very hot that day.
I would imagine if he wasn't there, Tiger was probably somewhere laying some wood. I go messing around, man.
Yeah, I did a video on my PGA experience.
Right.
And you can find it at the Sports Mix podcast on YouTube. You know,
and all you guys with black girlfriends, y'all was safe. Tiger wasn't gonna touch them. You ain't had to. They could have stayed overnight with Tiger, and she was safe. She was good. Tiger was not touching her.
He ain't want none of that, huh?
No, he ain't want that. He was not interested.
Oh shit.
Oh, the blast. Yeah.
Yeah, I never been to a Blast game.
The cheerleaders, yeah. I went to a Blast game. I
Yeah.
went to a Clipper game. Y'all remember the
The
Clippers?
hockey.
The hockey.
Now, I never been to a game,
Baltimore Clippers.
but I remember being out at Westview Mall during the Christmas time one year. It's like 83, 84. I was like middle school age. And the Clippers had they were at the mall. So they had like a little hockey joint where you could, you get try to make a goal or something. And they had a couple of the players there. And I remember that. So that's about as close as I got to the Baltimore Clippers.
Yeah.
And then they was the Clippers, and then they became the Skipjacks, right? Because they were like a minor league affiliate.
Yeah, something.
They changed the name to the Skipjacks.
But yeah, I can't remember how that transition took place.
Mm-hmm. How many rounds did you see before you was escorted out? I don't know. I saw the whole 18. Well, that's 18 holes. I don't know.
I don't know how to be coming up with this stuff, man.
It snuck in when you don't pay me. Oh man, it's like the comedy hour now. Thank everybody for watching though. But hey, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you hit that share and like and comment and everything. So the show got derailed right from the beginning. I had a whole thing about the NFL draft not the draft, the NFL free agency and all of that stuff. And then we learned very quickly in the show that the Max Crosby deal was nixed. That the Baltimore Ravens backed out of the deal because Max Crosby did not pass a physical. So now he's back with the Raiders, and we don't know what's going to happen now. Gina Clay, appreciate you as always.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
You enjoy the rest of your evening. Come back next week. And bring some cookies with you, too.
Yeah.
Gina Clay always had the good snacks at work.
Okay.
Yeah, she had all the good snacks. Her cubicle always had the good snacks. And she had a refrigerator in her cube, had the good drinks, too. She would have some juice in there sometimes.
Did the DGS go down when all y'all,
I'm sure they did. I'm sure it's not nothing like it was when we were there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't have the fun that we had.
Right.
I'm sure of that. we had a hell of a crew.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they missed y'all.
Yeah, some of the conversations that was going on back there where we was at, my supervisor used to call us the four corners.
Is that right?
Four of us, had cubes, right? Two on that side of the hall, two on this side of the hall, right across from each other. And Landon was on the other side, but he could hear everything. So when something ain't right, you can hear him over there like, damn.
She shared everything.
Yeah, she always had the good snacks. We was a team. Yeah. We was a team. Definitely, man. We had some great time, and that's why we're still friends today.
Good stuff, man.
Because there's some coworkers I was,
right.
I wouldn't even put their comments on the screen.
Yeah. I remember some of the conversations. I remember.
Look, here he go. He was working while we were there. Okay. 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 Especially after divorce. Look, leave that alone. Leave that alone.
We need some details, man. What's going on?
Nah, we had to talk about that off air. Gina Landon said hello.
Oh
Oh
man.
my God. We're gonna have to all get together. And we can tell some of these stories off the line. We can tell them in person better.
Right.
Yeah. Look, I feel like Landon Gina said hello. I'm relaying messages and whatnot.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I appreciate this. This was good, man. We've been on here for 3 hours.
Right.
You know, it's always anticipation. Look, we gonna have to start at 7:00.
Right. Always that flow, man. Flow pace and it get good.
Yeah. But it was a good sports night.
It was good, man.
You know, a lot of action.
Yeah.
A lot of breaking news and
Got some good input from folks as usual.
83 points were scored in an NBA game by A'ja Wilson's boyfriend.
Right.
Bam. I'm not gonna try to butcher his name. Bam.
Adebayo.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Wow.
Look. He say, wait. Herman Bakery closing? What? A staple in Dundalk.
Is that right?
Herman Bakery closing, huh? That's first I heard of that.
Been there for decades.
Yeah, right. Remember, it used to be right next to House of Neptunes.
Right. Exactly.
You know, now that's taking it back.
Did they move it?
No, it's still the same place.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, Herman's still in the same place.
Right. Neptune next to it.
House of Neptune right next to it. Little shack looking spot.
Yep.
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
You had to be there to know.
Some people just come on out and drive past Ross's to get the Neptune to get their credit.
Yes, sir. A'ja Wilson's boyfriend is appropriate. That's what we're gonna call him.
Right.
That's what we're gonna call him. Hey, we call Russell Wilson Sierra's husband.
Sierra's husband. Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Why not?
Right.
And they was open 103 years.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
I guess Herman ain't around no more, huh?
Safe to say that it was there before we were around.
yeah, pretty sure.
It is. Wow.
Yeah, but I'm assuming Herman ain't here.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he not gonna be here for the closing.
Yeah, I would imagine Herman checked out some time ago. My guess.
Yeah. What a name. Is it any more Hermans?
Herman the Monster, remember that? The Monster.
I mean, like any new people named Herman around.
Herman's a dead name. Yeah, that's a dead name. You know, names die. Names die. And I really have a problem with some out here who got some names that are gone and they still want to name the kid a junior. Yeah.
Herman Edwards.
Yeah.
Herman is old though.
Yeah, he old. Now, did he name his son Herman? Do he got any boys? Herman Edwards?
I don't know.
Hope it ain't no.
Is it any Hermans under 30?
Huh?
Is any Hermans under 30 years old?
Right. That's a big question. That's a good question because that's a dead name. That's a dead name.
Herman. Wow. You just never know where we're gonna go.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, with the names, they change and everything, you know. And you know, it's funny, man, when you name my children, and I wanted to give them names that I figured that they would be happy with growing up.
Yeah.
Right.
then you gonna get canceled.
What's wrong with Landon, man? Something wrong with that guy.
Oh man,
Where he come up with this stuff?
Herman. Just because everybody named Jalen now.
Yeah, it's a new day, man. It's a new,
You know, and we got Jalen Rose and his mom to thank for that.
Jalen Bro. Yeah. So you
there
know,
was a study that prior to 1991, 92, when the Fab Five became, I think it may have been one or two Jalen's in America.
okay, got popular.
And Jalen Rose's popularity spawned a new day.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like 13 or 14 or maybe more than that. Jalen's in the NBA.
Yeah, that was a popular name. And you start to see, name people popular, you start to see some Denzels around,
Yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be a bunch of Lamars running around Baltimore.
A lot of Lamars and stuff like that. You start to see that when you get somebody out there really popular. I wonder how many Beyoncé's in the world.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few of those.
Yeah.
You know, here in Baltimore there was a lot of Brooks.
Yeah.
A lot of Brooks running around back in the 70s, 60s. Yeah. But yeah, we.
A lot of names, though.
Yeah. But once again, we could do this all night. And then like something else gonna happen. Thank Jalen's daddy. If he had stayed, his name would have been Jimmy.
Was what, Jimmy Walker?
Yeah. And we ain't talking about JJ.
We ain't talking about Dynamite. Ball player Jimmy Walker.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my head's starting to hurt, man. It's time. I've been laughing a little too much this last couple minutes. But man, everybody's been tuned in, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging in with us. Man, if you watch it on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, hit the share button. We gotta start sharing this thing out, man. Hit the share button, man. It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna hurt you to hit that share button. Bam hit 36 free throws.
Wow.
That's tough, man.
36 points right there.
That's tough. Agent, take care of that man tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Take care of that man tonight, Agent. He deserves it. He deserves your best.
Yeah, he got some more free stuff coming tonight. Sure.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's been a blast. As usual. We mixed it up. We definitely mixed it up tonight.
Yeah.
A lot going on in NFL. And I'm sure when we come back, it's going to be a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, hold tight on that. There's going to be some more activity in NFL. Keep an eye on them Ravens. This whole Max Crosby deal, what the Ravens going to do. Eric DeCosta, we already told y'all, he on the hot seat as far as we concerned. And we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I'm sure it's going to be some activity.
Yes, indeed. So my brother Landon, peace and blessings.
Yes, sir.
Peace and blessings to everybody else out there tuned in.
Yes, indeed.
Because we ready to tune out. But y'all hold tight, because like you say, man, it's the NFL free agency. It's a lot moving, a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely going to be some movement in Ravens land.
Yes.
With the guys that we lost, especially Linderbaum. Gonna have to be some things done. So we about to see. So y'all buckle up. Hold on tight, man. I know y'all fans, Ravens fans, been a little antsy, man, with the defections from free agency, but hey, that's part of the game. But it's time now to we gotta see. Eric DeCosta got to earn that money. You gonna have to earn that money now, buddy. Now you gonna have to show us.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That you are who they say you are. And there's a lot of people who Sundays depend on you. You know, because when the Ravens ain't doing good, boys, people Sundays, boy, you know, the bars ain't filled up no more, and people ain't going out to eat. Ain't nobody talking football. Ain't nobody wearing purple. You know, the laundromat's filled up. You know, places like that, the supermarket packed. I need y'all to be watching these football games. And we need the Ravens to be interesting. So make it happen, Eric. Make it happen, Eric.
That's right. That's right.
But y'all have a great week, man. Great rest of y'all week. Sports Mix out. We'll be back next week, man. We'll do it again. Peace. Peace.